Okay, looks like we're ready to get into it. How we doing, guys? How's the music sounding compared to my voice? I still haven't restarted my PC, so I'm still unable to control the audio for you guys, even if I raise and lower it with the volume up and volume down button on my keyboard. So yeah, there's that. You guys are gonna have to be the ones that tell me if it's too loud or too quiet. Okay, so first order of business, I was gonna stream the IB remake today, but I realized because I spent all my time doing pixel art, I hadn't done the thumbnail, and the thumbnail was a little more involved than I expected it to be, so I wound up in a little bit of trouble, and I finished it like around 6 p.m., and I was like, okay, well, I definitely missed my chance, so I'll be streaming IB at the usual stream time, like 4:30 Central Time tomorrow. So that's kind of a bummer, but I don't know what you're gonna do. If you guys want to see the thumbnail, I can show you guys that, just as a little Easter egg for coming to these streams. I finished the costume too, so I'm gonna look like just a complete weirdo dressed as IB. Alright, here we go. Okay, one second. I'm gonna have to screen share because I'm not making a whole new image capture just for this. Alright, here we go. There we go. So that's gonna be the thumbnail for tomorrow. You may notice a couple Easter eggs, like MissKittens is somewhere in there. One of you guys is somewhere in there as a ghost. So, good audio setting? Good. Okay, there's that. Let's see, what else is there? Weirdo broadcasting to a collection of weirdos. Yep, that's it. That's how it goes. So, on today's episode, we're gonna be moving into RPG Maker. I've got enough base assets that I can make a couple, like, basically what I wanted was placeholders, you know, and the best way to do that, well, I'll get into it. But, so you saw me make the tiles, you saw me make some faces, you saw me make some, objects. Now we're going to be moving those assets into RPG Maker, and it can be a little bit, what's the word? It can be a little bit not fun. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of go over a little bit about how that works, and that should be that for now anyway. Alright, let me just make sure everything's cleaned up. Because I hate screen sharing my entire desktop. It's just not a good feeling, you know what I mean? How's the game going? We'll find out. We'll find out how much it, how far we get today. Okay, here we go. So, there is actually a second cursed PNG tuber that MissKittens made for us, but I didn't have time to drag all the photos in and make it. I literally was exporting everything off of my iPad onto my PC so that I could then combine them to then import into RPG Maker. So, you know, that's how it is. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I will be sharing this. Okay, so it's showing RPG Maker. I don't want that right now. We're gonna go monitor right, too small. Monitor right, that's the one, I think. Oof, okay. You know what, that's not a good... Let me get a background for chat, I suppose. 1 second. I do have a chat BG somewhere in here. There it is, okay. Because white on white ain't the greatest. I think that's what this is. It's been a long time. I haven't used this since the old Not It days. There we go. Okay. Serviceable. My desktop is a mess of icons. I'd hate for people to see that. I have a shortcut where when you run the program, it hides every single icon on your desktop. And when you click it again, they show back up. That's what this is actually right here. If I click this, everything disappears. If I click it again, everything comes back. Okay, so here's what we've got. I've made a basic file directory for the game. Why not? When romantic viands, do you have It's just weird. Plus, I'm always worried about too much personal information, you know, showing by accident. Plus, I have a lot of weird side projects. Just they're weird. Okay, so character faces. There we go. Character sprites. There we go. Items. I didn't put all of them in because we're mainly just doing this for testing purposes. I'm not going to sit there and export all 30 of them, you know. Not yet, anyway. Okay, after that, we've got objects. You may notice a new 1 and 2 in here, and these are going to be some placeholders for things I want to mark that I don't need to go in and spend a whole bunch of time on necessarily. Let's see, what else we got here? So, you may notice another thing. I've separated it from floors and walls, and there's a very good reason I'm going to be doing that. It won't make a lot of sense if you're used to regular RPG Maker stuff, but the way I'm going about it, it's going to be a bit different. You may also notice these new ones. These are, if you've seen my palette, let's see, it should be here. I should put this on the Discord, that way if anybody wants to do anything with the palette, they can. So this is the 7 colors I use, which is vaguely Game Boy-esque. Basically, I took each color and I made them into their own floor tile. That way, if I need to quickly map out a room, I can just quickly do that. That way I don't have to sit there and be like, what kind of tile should I choose? This one? Maybe? No, I can just do it all, make it a placeholder, and then cover them up later on. So, what are you going to do anyway? Very, very short, very small horror game. I just wanted to make a bunch of assets and wanted to event a bunch of things. Hey, sorry, I wasn't able to catch the whole stream yesterday, but not to bug you. Did you check out the music I recommended? What was it? The Prison Escape, Prison Boss? What was it? I wrote it down on a notepad. 1 second. Okay. Oop. Let's see. Oh, We Are the Police. No, This Is the Police. That's the one, right? Yeah, I haven't had a second to... Believe me, I've been working on thumbnails and costumes. I haven't had time to do anything, basically. Okay, so that's it. Now, going into RPG Maker. So we have our thing here, right? Let me go ahead and close some of these. So I'm using a demo just because I don't want to sit there and like recreate the plugins and the switches and stuff. Mainly we're just going to screw around with some maps and screw around with some eventing stuff. Have you thought about putting a pair of propaganda posters for your streams in Discord? That might be a fun thing to do. Yeah. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and kill some of these excess programs. Alright, everything I don't need is shut down. Cool. I really are a machine. Working on it, working on it. Okay, alright, so here we are. This is our map. As you can tell, we've got the default stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with the default stuff. I think the biggest thing is that you don't want your... Oh, you can hardly see it. Well, you can see it. Can you? Well, whatever. You know I'm looking at the icons and stuff, and I'm looking at the tiles and whatnot. Maybe I should hide this. Maybe... It's dim enough. It just tints it a little bit. Okay. It's not that important anyway. So here we are. They're in rows of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then columns. I don't know what the column limit is. I've never really hit it. So these are fine, but the thing is, it's not fine for us because specifically we have, I guess, default tiles, or not defaults. We've got a very specific color palette is what I'm trying to say. So we want to add our own in. So if you go to the database button, let's see, that looks fine. Let's see, just remember what order to put in when the plugins are active. Yeah, exactly. There's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So we've got tile sets. I went ahead and made this one because these were the ones that originally came with the game. So we're going to basically, this is a separate one. I named it TS Test. I've decided Terminal Station is going to be the working title of the game. So I could replace one of these. Much easier just to hit the D thing and do that. Now the problem is, let me see here. So we've got a floor and we've got some walls. I'd like to go ahead and put those together. So we're going to go ahead and copy one and put it over here. We're going to go ahead and copy this and put it over here. Because, you know what I mean, I need them combined into the same tile sheet. So they're together. You know, I'm not going to have separate tabs for like very tiny, minuscule things. So how do we put them together? We could open up GIMP and then like try to add both of them and then try to meet the pixels together. But more specifically, there's programs that do this. This one is terrible. It's awful, it's annoying, but I haven't found anything better yet. If you guys know of a good sprite arranger, I would love to know about it. I'll give you a quick explanation. So say you have these tiles and you're like, okay, well, I need to put these all together in one image. You can take them, drag them in, boom, you know, tile sheet, and you can kind of rearrange them. Problem is, I have not yet figured out if it's even possible, but I cannot, for the life of me, find a way to like rearrange these, like drag and drop and whatever. I can't seem to figure out how to do that. Then again, I am an idiot, so there's that. So that's what this is typically used for. So we're gonna go ahead and make a new project because that one's got other stuff in it. I've already done that. So I've saved us all some time by combining the floor and the walls together. So we're going to start with the floor, and then we're going to start with the walls, and they're not going to play nice together. I want them, so remember when I said it has to be 8 long, like any more than that, and I think we'll get an error. I don't think that RPG Maker auto arranges it. I'm not going to take the chance either way. So make sure, first off, go down here, say allow rotation, turn that off, because you don't want it rotating your tiles, specifically if you have like them reflecting the same light source and whatnot. Good morning, everyone. What are we doing today? I'm working on that game a little bit more, and I'm just explaining ways to like import your own tile sets. So it's a special kind of hell. Okay, so here's the limit. There's 8. It has to be no more than 8 wide. And each tile is 48 pixels. So, Alexa, what's 48 times 8?
48 times 8 is 384.
384. Alexa, do not disturb. Okay, so max...
Disturb is already enabled.
Oh, okay. 384. There we go. And you see how it kind of limited it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And that basically, it won't let it proceed past here, and then it just starts pulling them down, which is exactly what we want. So this is basically what I want. All good. So we're going to go ahead and actually, hang on. Because I'm going to publish it, but I need to make sure it doesn't show anything. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. So it's gonna export it, so I'm gonna just type TS tile set all, just as a working title. Now here's the hang up with this thing. The program is really handy. Oh, just wait until I tell you what the catch is. So we're gonna put it over here, tile set all. And it's gonna save that, and it's gonna be like, by the way, since you're not like subscribed or like, since you don't have a pro license, here, I'll show you. So, it's like, by the way, here's a watermark because you didn't buy the thing, and that's gonna hurt, but there is a way around it. So I'm gonna copy it, I'm gonna make a copy, I'm gonna click around. I don't know if that actually does anything, but it's like it's superstition at this point. We're gonna publish the sprite sheet again, and oh wow, that one's even worse. Okay, we're gonna roll the dice again. It's just like re-rolling, you know, when you're making a character in an old school game. So we're gonna do it one more time. It's a little bit harder with the big ones because what it does is it randomly selects one of your sprites to make, to put the watermark on. I only have 2 sprites, so it's basically a 50-50 of how it's gonna do it. Oh my gosh, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. But I'm sure at some point. It's 50, there we go. Okay, like I said, 50-50. So what you can do is right click, open with GIMP, grab this guy. Like I said, I need a better one, but it's done the trick so far. So as you can see, I've overlaid it. This one's got what that one doesn't. So you can go ahead, make sure you zoom in so you can see everything. I'm gonna go ahead and select the part that is foobarred, like this guy. Oh, actually, hang on. Make sure you go to layer, you go to transparency, and you, oh, well, it's already got an alpha channel. All right, cool. If it doesn't, and you try to delete something, it won't be transparent. So, oh, I got the wrong one. Okay, hang on. There we go. So as you can see, I kind of, yeah. Wait a minute. Something's off here. 1 second. It can be hard to see because some of these overlap. I'm just making absolute sure I didn't take too much off. No, we're good. Okay, so as you can see, we now have a completed image. We're just gonna go ahead and overwrite. There we go. And boom, look at that. We have our tile sheet. No more NemCat. I didn't have time to mess with any different models today. Combine photos. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said, there is a better program. I know for a fact there is, but I can't remember what it is. So this is what we've got. So we can go ahead and delete this because it's a disappointment. There we go. Now we have our tile set. We're going to go ahead and copy this, and then we're going to go into... Okay, so let me see here. So here is our RPG Maker folder. If you go to IMG, which stands for images, you can go to pictures. No, wait, wrong. You can go to tile sets. There we go. You can go ahead and paste it. There we go. Now our TS tile set all is in there. Watch out for spaces. This could just be how it used to be. I don't know if it still is, but I remember there being issues if you had spaces in there. Okay, so you go away. Now we are back here, so we're going to go ahead and it might automatically be in here. There we go. So it is. So I'm just going to make it D. I'm not going to overwrite anything because there's not much point. And see, look, there's our beautiful tiles, and they are 8 long, and yeah, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and apply that, and now we have access to them. Okay. Did you just use Graphic Gale? Does Graphic Gale allow you to drag in like 30 different images and rearrange them as a sprite sheet? If so, then I might have to try that out. Because what I've been using is Texture Packer. Yeah, Texture Packer. And it's got issues. I mean, it works, but it's got issues. Okay. So there we go. Now we have our thing. So if you look up here, there's 2 buttons. These are the ones you're going to be... oh, hi, NS. Nice to see ya. We're going to be swapping between these a lot. This is eventing. This is how you make characters, doors, treasure chests, you know, the framework. And up here is like the environment. So if you're making walls, waterfalls, that kind of thing, it's yeah. Graphic scale, is it expensive? Oh, it's a paid one, isn't it? Eek. Okay, so you could draw things with the pencil. You can fill like this. I think there's a fill tool like that. So interesting. All right, so right here are our floor tiles, and then right here are our wall tiles. I'm just gonna go ahead and give us a nice little outline here. Oh wait, hang on. So MZ is, I was almost gonna go with MV. I tooled around on MV years ago, but there's a big reason I went with MZ, and it's mostly because you now have layers. So sometimes you have it on automatic, but that can, see, that guessed wrong. Like, wait. Okay, I can't remember. Hang on. Which layer is which? Because one of these is on the bottom and one of these is on the top. Let me see. Okay, layer 4 is on... It put layer 4 on top. Why did you do that? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna... So here's another issue. I can never remember. So the way it goes is you have 4 layers. What you put on the bottom layer will always be on the bottom. So if I put something here and then I put like a teapot on it, here, actually we can figure this out. So let's say I'm on layer 4. Here's the floor. And then let's say I go to layer 1 and I put like a teapot or a cake there. It won't override the thing. Except I think I've got it backwards. Okay, I think layer 1 is the bottom layer. All right, let's test that out. It always takes me like an hour to figure this out, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. So layer 1 is the floor, which makes sense. 1 is the first layer. Layer 4 is going to be one of the higher layers. We'll put a doll there. Okay, that makes much more sense. Okay, help me remember this, guys. Layer 1 is the very, very first... It's in the title. Layer 1 is the first layer. Okay. Sorry for that, guys. We're just going to erase everything. Okay, so layer 1 is the floor. There we go. And so if you want to put a table on it, you can go to layer 2, right? And then you can put a table. And it won't erase the floor, if you know what I mean. And then you can go to layer 3, and then you can put like a pie on the table. And it's not going to erase the table, because in the old days, if you tried to put something over it, it would get rid of it and replace it. So God help you if you wanted to hang a picture on the wall or something. You had to use like star tiles, and it was rough. It was rough. Let's see, this is so cool to see. It looks like there's so much work to be done. Yeah. Oh man, no, graphic scale is free and only for Windows. Okay, well, that might be something to try out. Okay, so we'll go back to automatic and we'll erase everything. So you see where I'm going with this. go ahead and block off an area. Damn it, I need to stop setting it automatic because it doesn't know that I want layer 1 to be, it doesn't seem to know that these are the floor tiles and I want them to be treated as such. So I'm just gonna have to manually switch. That's not too bad. Okay, and then say we take a wall tile and then we, you know what? I should probably make, okay, hang on, we're gonna go a little bit lighter. There we go, and we'll make the walls a little bit dark. So I'll make the walls layer 2. These aren't, it's hard to explain, but I'm going to use a plugin that will render the usual way of making walls a little bit not the way we typically do it, but nothing to be done. Okay, okay, standard little, okay, it's not even, it's fine. It's going to bug me though. Okay, so there's that. Now we have our tiles set in, but we don't have our characters in. I'm not messing with plugins just yet. I'll probably introduce eye level stuff after a break where I get to go in and that'll give me time to mess with some stuff. So we're just gonna work on, let's see, what are we gonna work on? Actually, there's no way. I'm gonna have to actually get in there and do that. Okay, tell you what we're gonna do. Let's start adding characters in. And you may have noticed my characters proportionally as well as the angle they're viewed at is a little bit different. Because normally in RPG Maker, you see the top of the head and then the side of the character. The way I did it, it's just the sides of the character, and there's a very good reason for that. Is there a shortcut for changing layers? I know there is, but I don't know what it is. So, okay. Tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break while I get things ready. It's gonna be like 2 minutes. I just need to make sure that I can get into this map at eye level to show what I'm properly kind of trying to do. Well, Actually, I probably don't need to do that. Either way, give me about 20 seconds. I think I should get things going. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and demonstrate the plugin at this point. Let's see. Steam Bake. Not quite, not today. Alright. So here, I'm going to show you the plugin that I've been using, and this is going to explain why I did things in a way that wouldn't necessarily work with RPG Maker stuff. So, like, specifically the characters, because again, most characters, terminal station, that's this guy. Okay, so these are my characters. Like, as an example, like there's no half top-down view. Like, you can't see the tops of their heads whatsoever. It's just full-on, what do you call it? Like, not profile. Like, well, here's profile, but full-on view. But if you go here to, let me see, is this it? I forget where sprites are held. Okay, here we go. So, like, here's some sprites. Let's take a look at the actor PNGs. So you may notice that they're technically not full on. Like, you can kind of see a little bit at the top of their head a little bit. Well, kind of. Maybe not, actually. They don't seem to do that too much. Well, they really should, because, like I said, the way it works is that you have... I guess I'll go ahead and show a demonstration real quick. The way it typically is see here. Oh, you can't see it because, well, there we go. See this table? You're not looking at the front of the table. You're pretty much looking at the top of the table. Because the way, like, what is it? 3/4, I think, is the way it is. So that's why they do that. Like, here, look at this chair. Look at this photograph. And this couch. You're not looking at the front of the couch, you're looking at sort of the top view of the couch, like a bird's eye view, and then also sort of the front, like if you take the very top view and the very side view and you find some place between them, that's the view. We're not going to be looking at that view for our purposes. So, and I'll show you that with this plugin that I found a while back. Classic RPG makes some stumpy characters. Yeah, and I think they're really adorable, but the problem is for like a horror game, I think maybe they can be a little bit distracting, so I tend to make slightly more normal proportioned characters. Like, they're still a bit stumpy, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, Control Tab to change layers? Nice. Also, this is a good song. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so you may notice that this plugin will go ahead and take, you know, basic, let me see, how do I turn the camera? So it'll take basic tile sets, like, you know, you recognize the grass tile set, and you recognize the bush tile set, and the pathway tile set, and the roof tile set, you know, and these are, like, these are the sprites I was just looking at, you know, they've got different forward-facing, side-facing animations and stuff. So, and this is what I'm going for, and that's another reason why the layers are so important. Let's see, how much CPU is this eating? It looks neat, yeah. And I'm not going to be doing this, what do you call this? I don't know what kind of perspective this is, but the perspective I'm going for is going to be first person, because I think first person horror games are pretty cool. So there we go. This is what we're basically going for. And this is a really neat, unique kind of thing. And you may be wondering, well, how did, and it sounds like, oh yeah, that's cool. And you're like, wait, how did they get around certain limitations? Because, for instance, let's take this guy. I see this little like Tin Man scarecrow. We have characters in here, and they have forward-facing sprites, left-facing sprites, back-facing sprites. Like you can see, like even the, you know, party members will turn left and right. This guy does not have a left, right, back, and front view. But so the way they get around it is almost like old school Doom style. He has a setting on him that always makes him face the player. So no matter where I go, he's always facing you, which can be kind of creepy. Now, this street lamp is an object too. I'll have to turn off the followers. But you may notice it's not always facing the characters. This has another unique thing. It's hard to show though. What they've done is they've taken the sprite and basically put it one way, and then taken the same sprite and turned it so that it's almost like a star. Like you can kind of sort of see the star a little bit. Or not a star, like an X. Maybe I can find a better example. And these fences, like they're... I don't know how, I wonder how they got the fences to work, actually. It's got to be that star thing again. Let me see, here we go. So here's a good example. These guys are always facing no matter where you go, but this rock here, see that rock? It's not always facing the character. It's got another little side view jutting out of it, and that's because they took the flat rock, a flat image, stood it up like this, and then put another one intersecting perpendicular with it. And I think that's called cross or X or something. So there's that. The bushes are just cubes, kind of basic, but that's a lot of what I'll be doing. You can see that you can get water and stuff. You can get stuff floating on the water. You can have the grass standing up. That's pretty nice. You can get fog effects. You can get draw distances. They just had an update where you can put objects in the game and then turn them. So if you notice that this isn't on the basic square grid, it's been turned. So that's kind of neat. It makes it look a little bit more organic. So that's nice. You can get in ships and stuff and sail around, and let's see. That's pretty cool. And like I said, they got draw distances. They've got all sorts of buildings you can do. Getting flashbacks to Daggerfall. Yeah. So you see the trees have the cross thing done to them. Actually, how do I get back out of here? Okay, good enough. Because I'm in developer mode, I can just hold down control and walk over terrain I normally wouldn't be able to. And you can see these are like the basic bitch tree tiles, but they've been changed in such a way to actually work. So I'm gonna hold control and we're gonna walk over the water. And here we go. Animations still work and all that. You can see those are basic barrel sprites, and they're made to always face the player, I think. Yeah, so no matter where you go. So it's pretty cool. So this is just the plugin that I'm working with, and I think, let me see here, we're gonna climb the trees a little bit. There we go. So you can get large sprites in here too, you know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. What else? Oop, I was still holding down. Oh, and you can still climb ladders and stuff, and you can also plug in fall damage, which is really nice as well. So here's a ladder. Yep. Looks cool and his basic bitch tree, a scientific name. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the scientific name. And you can change camera views as well. There we go. So, and as you can see here, see the counter? It's under the table setting, which bumps it up a little off of the floor. So that's what we're going to be looking at here. And the way they basically achieve that, let's see, Big Island, that's the one. They use a lot of note tags. So if you look here, they've got some, is it hard to see? Are you guys able to see it okay? That hop was cute. Yeah, it was. The sound effect helps a lot too. Well, as you can see here, here's like, it does camera work, ambient light work, fog work, what color you want the sunlight to be, if you want there to be sunlight. And then after that, it's got tile commands. So you can mark which tiles you want to be water, you can mark which, you know, like you can single out the lamppost and mark it with certain things. And if you pay attention, so this is lamppost. These two signs mean that it's commented out, it's not affecting the code, which is, you know, good. It's just there to help you. So you say, oh, there's the lamppost. And the way it functions is that if I go here to, well, I can't do that, but, so remember how I said there was, well, no, here. So if you look in this, chat is in the way. Tell you what. We don't really need this to be super big, do we? I think this is okay. I don't want that to be blaring white behind me, though. There we go. That should help a little bit. Okay, so see how there's A, B, C, and D? Oh god, that's going to be kind of... Because I'm seeing a version of the past on the left here from the... Okay, well, tell you what, let me see. What else can I put behind me that's black? Okay, I'll have like a texture packer thing. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Okay. Sorry for the wait. We are back. Wait, is the game going to be three-dimensional? Yes, it is. Or at least it's going to appear that way. Okay, so see, A, B, C, D. So it said that it took the lamppost, in here. So it says lamppost B. That means it's going to tile sheet B. Right? And then it says 0, 1. And you guys know how an X and Y coordinates work. So basically, another little thing, so 0, 1. The 0 is X and the Y value is 1. The way these work is that it starts at 0. So 0 for X because it's not moving anywhere, and then 1 for Y. So 0 for X, 1 for Y, and there it is. That's the lamppost. You see here? So that's how it's located. And then it's got options for showing the side, and for showing the height. Height 3 means it's 3 blocks high. So there we go. It's also got some camera commands too. And we can actually pull a sneaky here. So let's go back to our area. If we go back to events and we right click and we say, okay, go ahead and set as the starting position of the player. Let's see how this looks. I don't know why, but the aesthetics of that demo made me want to play Dragon Quest Builders 2 again. Yeah, good stuff. So as you can see here, we're really far away. It's just kind of weird looking because the camera hasn't been configured. This is a blank map file. It has no camera controls, no lighting things, nothing. And we're just really far away. I mean, we can still kind of turn the camera, which is, yeah, all right, sure. But otherwise, it's just not real good. So what we can do is, let's go back to Big Island and set a starting position. We're going to go into the forest, because the forest, so you may notice that when we start the Big Island map, we can go to the ferry and we can select a choice. So normal, which is this, isometric, which is this, which, hey, if you want to play like a Disgaea game, and you notice the camera doesn't rotate anymore, it just swaps between different diagonal values, I think. Well, no, actually there's some normal ones too, so like eight different directions and stuff. Personally, I think moving around in isometric can be kind of a nightmare if you don't have your characters to have like a diagonal walking animation, because these guys only walk one direction, and it can be a little weird to, like right now I'm actually having trouble getting out of here. There we go. And yeah, it's isometric. There we go. I guess if I had had trouble, I could have just moved the camera and done it that way. So typically you'll have it frozen at certain angles too. Isometric, I don't think, let you have full control of the directions, or if it did, it locked you into diagonal looking. Isometric, that brings me nostalgia, yeah. And then the first person. So this is an event right here. It's this fairy. We're gonna take her, we're gonna copy her, we're gonna throw her into the test arena so that we can get that option in here. And I'll also show you how to get it in without having to ask the fairy to put you in first person mode. Wait, is this game going to be three-dimensional? Yeah. I didn't tell anyone. I kind of kept it a secret, so, you know, you're not dumb or anything. All right, so there we go. You can kind of see, like, maybe there's some banding on the tiles. That's probably a lighting thing. I'm not too worried about it because you're very rarely going to have it quite like this. But yeah, now we've got first person working. If we really want to, though, we can just set it so we don't have to, because when we playtest, we're not going to want to talk to that fairy every single time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set the player here, and we're going to enter into this forest, where every time you are loaded onto that map, it sets you as first person automatically. Here we go. There we go. And so you can get certain effects too, and you can see like certain monsters and whatnot. But yeah, as you can see, Skybox is set to night. It's got, see, these mushrooms are as well set to cross. So they don't always face the character, but they've been kind of given the illusion of having depth to them. I don't really want to fight anything, so whoop. But yeah, you see my point about that. So we're going to look into the notepad of this map and see how they managed to accomplish the auto first person mode. This is super fascinating. Yeah, there's a free version of this plugin. Like, you don't get to turn things or make chairs and stuff, but everything you've seen so far is pretty much included in the free version. If you want the pro, it's 25 bucks. I just bought the pro, so yeah. Okay. So we're going to go to forest, and it's all in the note files for the forest. So you see here, it's the start of the notes, and then it says camera, and then it says 90, dist 0, height 0. Okay, so the height is almost 1, but it's not quite. It's 0.75. So let me see here. We're going to go ahead and copy this, and we're going to go to our own little test arena, and we're going to put that there. Okay, now we shouldn't... Oop. I forgot to put the player starting there. There we go. Rain effect is really distracting though, yeah. Okay, so you see how there was a skybox command in there? I basically added it, but now we didn't have to talk to the fairy. We're automatically in first person mode. And that's pretty cool. So that's really all we need, to be honest. So light default, I can get rid of that. Fog, I can get rid of that. All I wanted was the camera command. And the height is 0.75, so that's that. Okay, we'll go ahead and save. Now, what we can do is we can start looking at how it does what it does. Because if we go to Big Island, this is it. This is the map that gets rendered in 3D. We start right about here. Here's the fairy we talked to. Here's the entrance to the forest. And this is what the buildings look like. So you know these buildings have like a brick pattern, and it has like a tiled roof and stuff. And here are the hanging signs. And here's those the barrel and the pot that are always facing us. And here's that Tin Man we were looking at. So if we bring him up, he doesn't really have any commands other than a command to have him, you know, with a shadow, which I think is a pro feature. But yeah, he doesn't have any commands. So the question is, you know, how do they make the Tin Man do what he does? Because, like, let's say we come here, and we decide that for our arena, or area, I keep saying arena for some reason. We want to use, let's see, overworld, outside. That's what this uses, I think. Maybe. Yeah, it uses outside. And where is the Tin Man? He's probably going to be in B. There he is. Okay, so he's in outside B. So let's say we went over here and... Wait. I'm sorry. B. Yeah, outside B. So let's say we go here, we take our inside B, and we swap it for an outside B. There we go. It doesn't matter because we're not really going to be using any of them. Okay, here we go. Now we've got outside B. See, there's a lamp post and there's the Tin Man. So, just for funsies, I'm going to set him as a tile, but the version we saw in here is an event. Here he is. So I'm going to copy him, and I'm going to paste him. Now, I'm pretty sure the way he stands up is defined in another window, which we haven't seen yet, so I have a feeling he's not going to work the way he works on that other screen. But it's worth a little test. Oh, he does work. Okay, interesting, interesting. But that one does not. That Tin Man is just like any other basic tile, where he just kind of sits there. You know? This guy's cool, though. Although it is a bit distracting how he has like a shadow that's always... No, it's facing away from us. Okay, so the shadow is proper. Okay, actually, I'm gonna turn off the followers, because that's... Let me see. Followers. There's a way to turn off followers rather than just getting rid of... Okay, show player followers. There we go. Let me see here. So what if we go in and we get rid of the note tag here? Because that's really... It just adds that dynamic shadow, I think. And he still kind of has an auto shadow, and there's also a command to get rid of shadows and stuff. So he didn't really need the shadow. So what is making him stand up? Because this is an empty event aside from the little thing here. And I think the way they do it, it's been a little while, tile sets. So they define it here typically. So you see here, water. It marks which ones are water. It marks which ones are roof. It marks which ones are canopy, trees. Okay, shape cross. Okay. Now, as you can see here, we know what the shape cross is for objects that kind of like have a cross shape to them. So this says, this one is B position 619, B position 129, B position 529. Tin Man is asserting dominance. Streams are good to nap to. Good. I hope if you're also trying to make a game, you might learn something, but otherwise, it's probably good to nap to. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, before, we'll put a pin in that, but this is basic RPG Maker stuff. This is called passage, and you may notice some of these have a circle for passage. Some of these have an X for passage. Circle lets you pass through. X means you can't pass through. Some of these have a star, and, see, this is a tree, right? You can't pass through the bottom of the tree, but... What does a star mean? It means if the character is here and they can't pass through the tree and they walk around the tree, they can walk behind the top. Because see, it wouldn't make any sense if you couldn't pass through the top of the tree, because the top of the tree is supposed to be in the air, you know? So you can walk behind the tree, which is what the star lets you do. So circle, you can stand on it. X, can't stand on it. Star, you end up standing behind it. RPG Maker has a lot more built-in functionality than I'd expected. Yeah, I was there during the ACE days, and MZ, I was completely out of the loop for like 10 years. But it's really changed a bit. Now, so that's passage. Now we'll look at passage for direction. And you may say, passage for direction, what's the point when you've just got regular passage? Okay, so picture this. Picture you're trying to make a bridge that you can walk on, right? So you can walk on the bridge. Okay, well, actually, let's use a ladder. You need to be able to walk on the ladder, right? Because you're down here, your little guy's walking around. Oh, a ladder. You move up the ladder, right? Onto the platform below. But what if midway on the ladder, the player stops and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to move left. And you move left and you end up moving left right off the ladder. You don't necessarily want that to happen. So passage, as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Arrow this way, arrow this way, arrow this way, arrow this way. If it's set to all arrows, you can move off the tile in any direction you want. But if you look at the stairs, you can move up and you can move down, but that's it. You can't move right off the ladder or left off the ladder. If you're on a bridge, you can set it so they can't walk off the bridge, like off the edge, only one way. So that's a way to keep your game from breaking. Oh, and ladder. So it's even got, I don't remember ladder signs being there in the ACE days. So maybe this is just ways to make it easier. So you can set things as ladder. You can also set things as bush. I'm not entirely familiar with bush settings. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know much about this one. You could probably consult the manual if you want more information. And then there's counters. So terrain counters, for example. Let's take this guy. So say I click it once. What does that mean, actually? I'm not 100%. I didn't use a lot of these, but it definitely has a function, I'm sure. Damaged floor. So if you have like certain like lava tiles and whatnot, like poison tiles, see how these have like nothing. Like the grass has nothing, the dirt has nothing, but these have like little spikes. So if you want lava to hurt the player, or you know, poison to poison the player, or lava or whatever, spike traps, you set that here. And then is the terrain tag. Now, you can see that this is set to 0. If I click it once, it increases. Wait, all the way to 7? I could have sworn it went to 9. Okay, and you can do all sorts of cool things with terrain tags. I know that the tool I'm using, the plugin, is called MZ3D. And specifically, it has a shortcut in the plugin settings where anything with a terrain tag of 2 gets treated as a fence. Because, you know, fences have to be a certain way, otherwise they won't look right. So I'm not quite sure how they work, but I do know there is a specific setting that causes the dimensions of the fence to be active. So there's that. Matthew Kincaid, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Let's see, definitely making me want to buy RPG Maker for myself. I dabbled in earlier versions, but never for long. Yeah, exactly. Mostly you screw around a bit, you get frustrated, there's so much you don't know how to do, and then you give up. That's mainly how it worked for me. If you're gonna buy RPG Maker, I recommend waiting until it's on sale. Like usually it's $80, but there's a lot of summer sales, and like if you go to Steam, DB, RPG Maker, whatever, you can see what the discounts have been, but usually it goes from like $80 to like $10 for Ace. For MV, it goes from like $80 to like $15, and then for MZ, it goes from $80 to $50, which still made it better than $80, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty much waiting for the next sale. I like to think of this as extended testing. I'm definitely gonna buy it, but just I'm I gotta wait for the sale. Yeah, haha, buy RPG Maker. Yeah, exactly. The way I see it, if you're ever gonna get to the point where you at least publish, you know, at least try to support the developers. Let's see. You can see that there's some specific stuff this guy put in here. This is part of the. So you can see he made use of the passage directions here. Like you can move anywhere on the roof, but you can't move anywhere on the tree branches. You can't move anywhere on the trunks. So there's that. But it still hasn't answered our question of how the Tin Man functions. He's got an X, which means you can't walk on him. He's got no directionals. He's not marked as a bush. He's not marked as a counter. He's not... Here we go. So you notice how he has 1 there. What if I were to... Let me see. Although he doesn't have 1 here, but he still functions. So that's not it. So half of this plugin is just trying to figure out how they did what they did. Okay. Sorry, a little dry, needed a water break. Okay, so betcha anything, defined in here is how we get the Tin Man to work. Okay. Let's see. So we can kind of see if the Tin Man is in here by looking at the X values, because we know the Tin Man is 0. He is 0 tiles out on the X value. We're probably gonna have to count how many Y down he is. I don't know of a shortcut to do that, it's hell. But I can tell he's not here because he would be marked as 0 under B. Okay, so it's defined some flowers, it's defined some shrooms, pits, barrels, buckets, pots. I don't see him anywhere. How do they define him then? Okay, tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and do it ourselves. We will figure out how to do it ourselves. We're gonna go to our objects. Wrong screen. Okay, so remember how I said we have these handy dandy little object files and stuff? Okay, let's take this trash can. Should be a trash, you know what, let's take the mop and, let's take this. So we're gonna go ahead and take this guy and basically add him in as an object. Let's see. Shoot, I'm gonna have to make like add him to a sprite sheet, basically. Well, we do have... Oh, he's also too high. Like, he's 2 tiles high. I don't want to mess with a 2 tile high. Okay, screw it. We're doing the trash can. Okay, you can do 2 tiles high, but I'm trying to, as an introductory thing, we're gonna do a basic square tile. So we're gonna go ahead and go into... Just as a quick edit, this is bad practice. Technically, you want to make all of these into their own sprite sheet. And then, well, I guess we could do that. Now, we're not going to do that. It's getting too caught up in it. We're going to go to images. We're going to go to tile sets. We're going to find our tile set. Here we are. So this is ours. Notice how we've got some free space. So we're going to go ahead and we could use Tile Packer, but why? I don't feel like re-rolling a bunch of times. So we're going to snag this guy. We're going to open it up in GIMP. There we go. Go ahead and drag him in here. We're going to have to be extra careful to pay attention so that he's properly situated. Okay, that's looking good. He's meeting all the requirements. All right, so we're going to go ahead and overwrite. Good. Okay. Hang on, I feel a sneeze coming on. Okay, we're good. For some reason, I've been staring at the Nem in a jar and did not realize that the actual one is on the left. I should probably move Nem off the screen. Is she in the way? Do you think I should move her off the screen, guys? I don't want her to be in the way. Okay, so there we go. Now if we go and look at our tile sheets. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to go to layer... Oop, we got to go... So you can't go to layer 3 unless you're off the eventing screen and onto the layering screen. So... Layer 3, we're going to add an object, which is the trash can. Although, wait, maybe I should add it as an event. Okay, so you can definitely set some of these tiles to be standing upright, but you can see that on the Big Island map. Like, see, this one is clearly a tile, and then this one is clearly an event. You can tell by the white border they've got around them, and so is the dog. There's different ways to do it. I guess if you don't want your... screen slowing down, or well, I don't know. In the old days, if you had too many events, it could slow down the game. I don't know if that's true because MZ is optimized to hell and back more than MV is. We must see the little Nems suffer. You fell asleep, don't worry. There's way better, there's much better, tutorials to watch. If you go to YouTube and you type in MZ3D tutorial, this guy named Ryu something has like 48 parts. Each part is like 3 minutes long, and it's just a really nice catalog of how to do stuff. Honestly, I probably should have watched one of his to refresh myself before getting into this, but I didn't. Okay, so here we have the tile, and here we have the event. So I'm going to make a new event. I'm going to go ahead and grab the trash can. I'm going to set the priority. I think you might be able to set it, like, so the priority. If the event is below characters, you can step on it. So like a crack in the floor. If it's the same as characters, you can't step on it. It's like a trash can. If it's above characters, then it's going to be like, basically you can step under it. So we're going to set it to same as characters. Maybe that'll be enough. Let's have a look. Nope. Yes, okay, so I guess it's just enough to set it as the same as characters. And the default thing is to have it basically always facing the character. You know what, also I should point out, we are this tall, which is okay for a little stubby RPG Maker guy, but our game, if you go into our game, our characters are, I'd say about 1.75 tall. So we can fix that by messing with the camera. So we don't want our character to almost be 1 tile tall. We want our character to almost be 2 tiles tall. Well, I guess we could bump it down a bit. I'm still trying to find the sweet spot there, so I'll set it to 60. Sure. There we go. Now, the trash can is going to look a little bit weird because if you notice, now we're a little bit taller than it and we're able to look down into it. We do have a top of the trash can, but that's a little, where is it? Wait, did I not include the top of the Did I not export the top of the trash can? You guys saw me make that. It should be right after it. I guess I didn't. So you can add the top of the trash can to things, so if you look down, it has that. But that's a little bit more complicated. We'll get to that in a later stage. The point is, it's in the game now. So that's that. Of course, now we tower over everything. Because our characters are not 1 tile tall. Our characters are like 2 tiles tall. So let's go ahead and get some walls in here. So now we've solved the mystery of how they get events to just auto be auto be standing. Camera height looks easy to tweak at least. Yeah, you saw that. I just went in there and I replaced the 0 with a 1, and now we're 1 tile higher. There's a first person feature? Yes, there is. Yeah, the vending machine. Let's go ahead and, but the thing is, the vending machine, lest we forget, is 2 tiles tall. Now, the game guy does, you are able to go in here and make things 2 tiles tall. Like, for example, let's look at this guy. This guy is a tile. What layer is he on? 4. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of things that are 2 tiles tall and layer 4. So if you look at this guy, it's the very top of the street lamp, which is right here. Notice anything about this street lamp? It is 3 tiles tall. And yet, this guy only has 1 tile here. So if we go into the game, here we go. Trash can is big enough to put the fairy in. So see, it is 3 tiles tall. How did they pull that off when, if you look on the screen here, it's clearly a tile, it's not an event. All they did was basically do this. Like, they grabbed it, they just grabbed the top, and they put it here. And see, it didn't work for that one, it only works for this one. So let's try this one. Boom, there we go. And the reason that works is because it's defined in the note tags here. Let's see, lamppost, here we are. So this says the lamppost is on sheet B. The tile that it's referring to is 0 on x-axis, 1 on y-axis. So 0 on x-axis, y, or 1 on y-axis, there it is. Now, that's the tile that reads the rest of it. It says if it has these dimensions, then we're going to apply this to it. Okay. So this one is easier to read. It gives it a height of 3. So it takes it and it makes it 3 tiles long. Now this is a little bit harder to read because I'm not as familiar with these commands, but this refers to the side of it. The way you can define cubes, or I guess let's just say basic shapes, is by top, which refers to the top of the tile. Like, think the roofs of the buildings. That's going to be top. I think there's also front and side, like here, like top. That's an example right here. And then we have, I swear there's a side too. Here we go, side. So then there's side. You can put rot if you want it to rotate a certain degree. Okay, so where's the lamppost? Here we go. So there's no top because the lamppost doesn't really have like a roof. It does not have like a flat tile overlaid on the top. I know what that perspective in the demo looks like. Grandia, does it? Yeah, kinda. I noticed the last 2 streams that you were not using your 3D model. Why is that? Is it on the fritz? The reason I was not is because I was doing art on a tablet, and I tend to look, my tablet is like pretty much almost flat on the table, and when you turn your head and look at something, the camera can't really see your face anymore because you're facing down. All it sees is your forehead, and it interprets all your faces eyes closed, if it interprets at all. So I went ahead and just used a basic PNG tuber, which only responds to my voice. That way I can look down, I can look up, I can put my palm on my cheek while I draw, and it won't mess with anything. Okay, so here we go. Now, the reason it says B again, like why would it say B when it already says we're going off of sheet B here? This is because if you wanted to, you could use a tile from sheet A, sheet D, sheet C. Like this wouldn't matter. This is just, you slap this one down and then it reads the following information. So the side is going to be B. Now, I'm not 100% sure what these mean, but I know what these mean. So this is 1 and this is 3. So this is X and this is Y. So if we go up here, oh, I can't because, okay, well, 0, 1. Oh, I'm sorry, 0, wait, 0, 1. There's no way. Because I know, basically, I already have the answer. The question is, how did we get there? What this means is that it's 1, 2, 3, like 1 through 3, basically. Because there's a way to define that. If you wanted to say, okay, I want the side to be this. But what if you want the side to be this? How do you define 2 to 3 tiles long? And it's basically using this command here. The problem is I'm a little fuzzy on that. I'll definitely have to look at the documentation. The only downside is that you really have to rely on those YouTube videos because the documentation is a little bit lacking. Just a little bit. Like +0 is the same tile, 1 is up, 3 is up. That would make a lot of sense. If you've got coding knowledge, by the way, this will give you a leg up. So it's, okay. So let's do a little example. Let's see if we're right here. We're gonna go ahead and copy this, and we're gonna go ahead and paste it below. Now, remember how the silver lamppost was not given the same courtesy that this was? It basically just it just had this there. It didn't have the 3 high. So let's say, for giggles, 0. So it's 0. The white value is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What this is going to do is it's going to recognize this as this, and it's going to apply the black lamppost to the silver lamppost, if I'm right about this. Oh, it didn't. Well, it is silver, I guess. I wonder if, okay. So you can choose different tiles. Like if I wanted to, you could define a completely different sheet. But I guess it doesn't have to in this point. It doesn't have to go to a different sheet because it remains on the same one. So I'm learning something here. +0. Okay, yeah. Arc Phoenix was completely right. So these... I guess this would define a new position, maybe? But then why? Alright, that's definitely something... There's going to be a tutorial out there somewhere. +0 is the same tile. Okay, I think that's what you said. Yeah, okay. I don't see RPG Maker used to do 3D work that often. It isn't, and there's some definite drawbacks, but... aside from some of these finagly things, again, if I'm trying to learn so I can get a little bit better at it, but if I wanted to, I could just copy and paste and use a lamppost of my own that's basically sharing the same coordinates and then basically just slightly alter them. Let's do a little experiment here. Let's see what happens there. Or, yeah, let's just see. I'm really toying. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on the lamppost. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything. There we go. So now it's showing vines and a ladder. So let's see where that is. Here we go. Vines and a ladder. Wait, which one was it? Was it the leafy vines or was it the bare vines? Leafy vines. Okay, and the reason it did that was because... So normally it would take this, but it ended up taking this instead. I guess that's because it went +1. Okay, so it went +1. Wait, how did I do it? +1, +1. So it must have taken it and moved it forward 1, and then moved it down 1 or something like that. That's all I can think of. So it hop, skipped, and jumped over here. Like, it wouldn't, I think to get the silver one, I would not add a +1 to the X value. So by removing the +1, it's no longer going to move the X value, which means it's not going to end up in this column because I didn't move it from left to right, which is what X does. So it should be the silver lamppost if I've got any brain at all. Sorta. So as you can see, you can basically just define different characteristics. I could sit there and dial it in, but I'm not gonna at this point, because this point's gonna be just basically adding your characters in. Okay, so now that we got the proper dimensions in, sort of, we're gonna go ahead and add some of our actors in. Now, actors, here we go. So this is how you define them. You can define a face, and you can define the body, and you can define a battler. We're not going to bother with the battlers because it really doesn't matter. That we're not going to be sitting there having side-scrolling battles. Always experiment. Yeah, I would basically, in order to figure out the lamppost thing, I'd have to take like maybe an hour and put something on in the background and just start experimenting and finding out what the different coordinates means. This place also has a Discord for support, so if you're really having issue after reading the documentation and looking at the YouTube tutorials, you can go in there and maybe beg for help. Let's see, battle against your own loneliness. Let's see. I have RPG Maker Ace on Steam, but for the life of me, I have no clue where to begin with it. Yeah, and they do, if you go to YouTube and you type in RPG Maker Ace tutorial, it'll have basic beginner stuff. In fact, a lot of the stuff we're about to learn here, kind of, aside from the 3D stuff, it's just as valid. Okay, so we want a character to be walking around, but okay, let's make this Naomi. So just for Namo, I should just name her Namo. I don't know what that does. Okay, so we want her to have the face of Naomi, and we want her to have the body of Naomi. So the reason, or the way that we are gonna go about this is, all right, let me get a drink of water. Hang on. All right. So here are our character sprites. Let's do an easy one. We're gonna go ahead and get the faces. So we could make our own sprite sheet, I guess. Or we could just make a double sprite sheet of these guys, because I don't really think we're gonna have any other characters that have their own faces. So, okay, texture packer. I mean, I could just do this in GIMP. I really should just do this in GIMP. But we're gonna be a little bit lazy. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and publish a sprite sheet. There we go. So actually, yeah, no, this will be fine. All right, let's see. Oh God, it just put both of them. It just put both of them. We're gonna re-roll. Okay, there we go. We got Naomi. She's okay. So we'll just have to get Catherine, and then that'll be that. Again, if I had 30, this would be much easier, but the problem is it's a flip of the coin which one it screws over. There we go. Okay. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use the original RPG Maker sprite sheet as a template, just to make sure. Plus it gives us this big space to work with to put the faces on. Faces, here we go. So let's take these guys, and we're going to copy it, and we're going to add it over here. And we're going to go ahead and add it into GIMP, or open it with GIMP. And then we're going to take these guys, and... wait a minute. Oh, okay. So, that's right. I almost forgot. So, oh, by the way, see how it kind of, wait a second. Alright, so for whatever reason, if you see these pink triangles on the colors, that's a bad sign. It may say, from what I understand, the reason it does that is it kind of like locks certain opacities, it locks certain color palettes and stuff, and that's why these came in looking kind of weird. Like you can see like it's taken chunks out of like certain faces and stuff. I'm not sure what causes that, but I know enough to know it's typically a bad sign. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the dimensions. That's basically all we need the acting sheet for. So I work in 48 by 48. And over here, it's going to be 144 by 144. I could have made my faces in these dimensions, but I wanted it to look pixely and chunky. You notice these faces don't have a lot of hard pixels showing. I'm still trying to go for an old school look. So I figured I could make the faces, and then I could just enlarge them, and it would keep that same chunky pixel look. So we're going to go ahead and cut this guy's face out. Then we're going to go ahead and paste into new image. There we go. So notice that those pink triangles aren't on here, so it's not locked to that thing that it was locked to earlier. Let's see, I have to wake up early tomorrow. Oh, thank you for coming by, Luctaro. It's probably a drier, more boring stream, but I'd be doing this either alone, and this way I can still at least talk to you guys a little bit. I'm cutting faces. Listen. Alright, so actually, I'm going to take 2 of them, because that's exactly what I'm working... Well, yeah, might as well. Here we go. Everything looks good. Actually, I'm gonna have to redo this. Thankfully, it kind of snaps a little bit. I guess I could just adjust. Okay, no, we got it that time. If you ever need to adjust it, you can grab this part and move it around. So we're gonna cut these guys out, and then we're gonna go ahead and paste into a new layer. There we go. So they're foobarred, but that doesn't really matter too much. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and, let's see. We're also gonna go ahead and add these 2 together just to get rid of the, watermark. Let me see, there's a weird issue going on. I wonder why it's taking chunks out of the faces, because I'm pretty sure mine don't look like that, do they? Alright, hang on. Let me figure something out. I love how the ponderous music came on for this part. Alright, time to sanity check myself. Generic heroes, you don't matter. Yeah, is there anyone more mistreated than the generic heroes? Let's have a look. So it has trouble viewing a face of this size. Let's try opening this up in GIMP. See, there's no triangles here. I wonder why it's adding them in. And we can find out if there's any gaps in the face. Like, I'm not seeing any chunks taken out of the face here, but if there were, I would turn it on bright red and I would dump it behind and you would see it. See, there's no chunks. So why is it taking pieces out of the face here? I know for a fact it has to do with these triangles, and I don't know what they mean. Like I've run into this problem before, and I never remember how I fix it. Okay, new plan. New plan. I'm not that familiar with using GIMP. I should point out that's probably not helping. There we go. They're still kind of fucked. I wonder why. Alright, we're gonna just cut this face out. I'm gonna go ahead and add it. Thankfully, the face is so zoomed in you can kind of see the rough dimensions of the border as it is. So we would put her here. And see, there's nothing, no. It should keep the dimensions as I move it out. Oh wait, no, not rotate. Scale. Now typically you do have to turn a certain setting off because there is some anti-aliasing or smoothing, and when you resize pixel art you have to be careful because if you Also, I think you can probably change a setting. That means you don't have to sit there and resize it in a difficult way either. See, normally I'd like it not to resize from the center, but to resize from the corner. Oh well. I'll just have to make do, I guess. I only have to do this like twice, so that's not too bad. Okay, we're so close. That should do it. And yeah, there's definitely an easier way to do this, but again, I don't have that much experience. I'm sort of just winging it. Let's Let's see, look at these interesting little characters. Yeah. And you can see that while the others don't have a lot of pixels, mine does, and that's because the same reason I use the Game Boy thing. It's because I'm trying real hard to make it look a little bit retro inspired. Okay, let's try it. See, what it did was it basically applied a smoothing thing, and that just you don't want that to happen. So one thing you can do is you can go to layer and you can go scale layer. And now here you can turn off the interpolation, so go to none. Now, we know each face is 144, so we'll go ahead and do that. There we go, and see how it did that nicely? I wish you could turn it off, you know, without that happening, but I guess you can't. There we go, and then it snaps pretty easily. There we, oh god, no wait, make sure you add it to a new layer. There we go. Now we can do Naomi. So she's on a new layer. We'll go ahead and hit layer. We'll say scale layer, 144. There she is. That should do it. Okay. Now we can go ahead and hide these guys. And there we go. We have our little sprite sheet thing. Let's see. Victory, it worked. Yeah, barely. Ooh, what is the theme playing? I'd like it for my D&D playlist. That's Palisade Melody, or Palisade Memory. I can never remember. If you ever want to know what song is playing, it's in the top right-hand corner. These are all from Suikoden 4. Palisade Memory or Melody. Despite the fact that I can't remember what it's called, that's one of my favorite songs. It feels cold. Like, it feels like a cold song. And I really like it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, let me see. I'd love to, let me go ahead and combine these guys. Now you can do individual faces, but it's gonna get messy. You might as well just have them on a sprite sheet, right? So we're gonna merge down. Let me see if I can cut and paste these guys. Yeah, see, there's some weird lock on the palette used to the point where it like auto-converts everything. If I had to guess, you could probably fix that. Let's see. There's got to be some like RGB lock that, see, that's what these triangles mean. So if you Google GIMP, what do the pink triangles mean? I'm sure it would be like, oh, well, that means this. You have to go ahead into settings and turn off RGB, you know, 24 palette lock or something. So we won't be doing it this way. Well, we'll just save it as is. Let me go ahead and make sure it doesn't show a weird file directory. Okay, so we'll say export as, give GIMP a little while to have an aneurysm while it decides how it's going to bring up the export as window. There we go. Okay, welcome aboard. Bear with me for just a second. I'm just maneuvering over to my RPG Maker MZ project. I never touch the compression levels. I'm always really nervous that it's gonna do something. I don't know, these are tiny pixel pictures anyway, so I don't think it's gonna break the bank if I don't use any compression on them. Uh-oh. Wait, oh, okay, it's there. All right, so coming back over here, layer lock, it's something, I don't know what it is. There we go. So here we are. We now have our handy dandy little sprite sheet. So we're gonna go ahead and name this now. If we had to use a singular face sheet, if you're gonna do that, make sure you give it a $sign at the beginning. Because if you don't put a $sign and you dump it into Ace and it's a single face, it's gonna try and stretch it, or wait, maybe I'm thinking of sprites. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of sprites. So, which we're about to do anyway, so I'll forget what I just said. Okay, so we have our face sheet. So TS face sheet 1. Oh, I don't imagine there's going to be a face sheet 2, but it's nice to have. There we go. So we just dump it into the folder and we go back to RPG Maker. Okay. Let's make a test event. Actually, hang on. Alright. Layer 2, we're gonna make a test event. Layer doesn't matter for events, forget what I just said about the layer. So we're gonna make it a test event for Naomi. We don't have her sprite in yet, so we'll just have to settle for something like this. But when you go ahead and talk to her, we're gonna show text, and she's gonna say, hey, this is Naomi's face. There we go. Now, if we leave this blank, tell you what, I'll just do it as an example. We're gonna make 2 versions. No, move over here. Also, I'm gonna get rid of that tile here too. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna copy and we're gonna paste it. So they're exactly the same, except one has no face and this one does have a face. So, yep, there's our sheet there. If you don't have a face, well, I'll show you what it looks like. Is Nightbot not doing anything? Oh my gosh, MissKittens. No, you don't want to be here right now. It's super early for you, isn't it? Yeah, nice job on Popcat. Guys, if you liked Popcat yesterday, Popcat Nem, MissKittens in chat is the one that did that. She's not okay, because in order to catch a stream like this, she has... Oh god, I didn't even put myself on the stupid... Okay. In order to catch a stream like this, she had to wake up a little bit early. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You don't have to do this, I promise. Okay, so here's an example. We are so tall now. We talk to this guy. See how there's no face? So there's no face there. We talk to this one. There it is. So we have the face in and working. It's the proper proportions. Everything worked out against all odds. There we go. But we're going to need her body too. We can't just have these little stumpy RPG default characters running around having, you know, her face and stuff. So what we're going to do... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drag this into faces. There we go. We're going to go ahead and kill this. Alright. Okay, so here is Naomi's sprite sheet. Where's my real life, Nem? I didn't have time. I didn't have time to add it in. I actually had to delay the stream by like 45 minutes because I had to export everything from my iPad onto the computer, and then I had to like make the tile sheets and stuff. I'm sorry, I promise. Tomorrow is going to be real life Nem. And if you guys are wondering what that is yet another PNG tuber that MissKittens has created for the cursedness of it. I guess I can probably use it tomorrow, or today. Wait, no, yeah, tomorrow. It's not today yet. Stream delayed, never. Yeah. I had a real bad time on that IB thumbnail. I was just not happy with it, and it took me like 5 hours to get it just right, because I'm not used to doing like good poses or people interacting with each other. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and look at the sprite sheets here. So as you can see, you can have big sprite sheets. Like, see, here's the door opening, and it plays a little animation. You can have chest sprite sheets. So this one goes this way. I think. Yeah, I think. You can have flame, you can have water. So there's all sorts of cool things. Waiting for Wisdom Dog next. God, I'd have to talk like him too. Ha. Ha papa. Live action adaptation. It's not tomorrow until I've slept. Yeah, exactly. And you can have big monsters and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Okay, but here's the basic actors. As you can tell, you've got facing down step right, or step left, step right. Facing left, standing still. Facing left, walk 1, and then walk 2, and then, yeah. So it's these are the ones right here. And we have that. We have our own version of, wait a minute. What? Okay. All right, cool. Okay, give me a heart attack. Cool. So, we're not going to make a sprite sheet. I mean, I could, but I'm going to show you what it's like to add in a sprite that doesn't have a whole sheet attached to it. It's exactly what I was looking for, pure wisdom. You missed Naomi's face showing. What? What? Oh, you're talking to someone else. Okay. During the break, I can try to make it real life. Kittens, it's up to you if you're still conscious. During the next break, I'll take like 3 minutes and add her into VitoTube Mini. Okay, here we go. So it's as simple as this. Copy, paste. But because it's not on a sheet, it's going to try and take your sprite sheet and stretch it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sprites. If you just want a singular sheet, you put a $sign there. Okay. Now, where is she? There she is. Okay. So it's going to be like that. And I'm going to do another thing. You may notice some options here at the bottom, like stepping. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna show you the difference. So if you've ever seen in old games, sometimes the sprites on the overworld, when they're standing still and not moving, they don't actually stand still. They have this weird little like swaying like foot animation. You'll know when you see it here in a second. There we go. See? So you can kind of make them sort of perform a little bit of an animation in place. So these are looking a bit better. I feel our character's too tall though. Let me see here. We're going to go ahead and tweak the camera one more time. That should do it. Let's try again. Idle animation, that's it. Much better this time. I think we're a little too short though. But yeah, as you can see, there's Naomi in all her glory. I think there's also an option to have direction fix on. So like, as you can see, I can like go behind her and whatnot. And that's kind of cool. Let's see what she looks like in action. Also, you guys will realize I don't know how to do the back of heads when it comes to hair in pixel art. I freak the fuck out and I ruin it. If you guys, maybe I'll release, I don't know. If you guys have any tips for this, let me know. Okay, so let's give her a random movement pattern. Here's the monster. If we open up his event, you can see that he has a autonomous movement. He's always going to be approaching the player. You can also set him to random. So let's do that one more time. We're going to make the final Naomi, and she's going to have, instead of fixed movement, we're going to have random movement. There we go. So let's have a little watch. Oh god. Okay, Naomi, you're supposed to be random. You're supposed to be random, Naomi. What are the odds? What are the odds she just walks toward? Okay. There we go. Now, directional diagonal movement is still a little bit weird, but you can see that she walks just fine. I wonder what point it starts showing me the back of her head. Also, in this plugin, you can turn off diagonal movement. Like, right now I'm facing diagonally, and unless the character has a diagonal sprite custom made for them, the game's gonna have to choose what side of the character they show you. So, like as you can see, this fairy does not have diagonal. It has front facing, like this. It has side facing, like this, and then it has the back, like that. So if I'm standing in front of her, that's great. But if I go diagonal and I look at her, how does it know what to use? You know what I mean? At some point, it's gonna choose to use yeah, like the side of her and all that. Naomi's final form, 100% power. She's coming for you. I wish Nightbot didn't start at 5 seconds timeout. I wish too. It says that that's how it is though. I don't know of a setting to turn that off. Oh, Nem, making progress? Yeah, a little bit. We've got sprites and we've got faces. Hey, this is Naomi's face. I feel like I should screw with the skin color of the face though, because she looks a little pale in game. Oh well, something to mess with later. So I feel like we're a little bit short, so I'm going to put it at 40. And let's see, because I want it to at least be almost eye to eye with Naomi. Yeah, good enough, I guess. Okay. Decide by the angle. Maybe you can set that. Yeah, I'm almost positive you can. Naomi was coming right for us. So this is the plugin. If you click on it, see, there's all these really nice settings, default settings you can do, like render distance default, FOV, invert, look sensitivity, anti-aliasing, resolution scale, cell size, mouse camera control, WASD, allow strafing. Okay, and some of these are really nice too, because the basic ceiling height is 2 tiles. Because our characters are like a tile and a half tall, and she's coming right for us. Is that an excuse to shoot her? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, if you hear creaking, I'm sorry. I'm in closet right now. And when I throw my arms out to stretch, it pushes on the clothes. So, okay. So like if I wanted the ceiling height to always be 3 blocks high, then I would set it to 3 here. If I wanted the base height to always be like 1, I would set it here. We're not really going to mess with any of that right now, though. I don't really particularly care about diagonal movement. I haven't decided if I want that in the game or not. That's something to fiddle with later. Are you in a closet? That's where my recording booth is. I don't have a lot of room. This is the best I can do. Okay, so there we are. We are now able to put in the proper sprites that we want. We can now put in the proper faces that we want. Let's go ahead and screw around with wall. What do you call it? Wall height? Walls? Whatever. You may have noticed that despite me putting these this black outline and stuff on layer 2, it isn't a wall. And the reason for that is that we haven't gone in and defined it to be a wall in the tile set note box here. So let's take this for example. Actually, there's a shortcut. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to open up an old file I had because I had the settings just how I wanted them. Time to build the station. We're still working on the framework. I'm not going to necessarily look at building a proper map until we get the walls working and yeah, so. Let's see, I guess we're accurate. Why is your setup in a closet? It shaves on room. And also it makes for surprisingly affordable sound deadening, you know. Alright, so give me 1 second to pop open my previous project file and look at my settings and then explain what they do. Can I add a bit of shadow to the chat? Believe it or not, there's no option for me to add like a black outline to chat, unfortunately. I had the idea that maybe I could make a second instance of chat and then set that to be black or something. But the problem is with the way that Streamlabs handles chat, any change I make to one version of chat affects the other. So the best I can do for you is add this a little bit. Which I think I've already added, actually. So yeah, okay, give me 1 more minute, I've almost got it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the music. Give me 1 second. I went ahead and found it. So we're good there. All right, I think I've got it. Let's go ahead and return. Okay, so the way that I did it on my previous one, and there's actually a couple different ways that we can do this, but specifically the one that I favored. Okay, so this is really, I favor the simpler forms of the commands because I've never really learned shortcuts. How are you doing this, by the way? A pad and a VR headset? What? No, I'm just sitting at my computer. I guess you have to be more specific. The box behind the chat was also missing the final line of chat. Oh, was it? It was missing the final line of chat. Oh. Well, whatever. I don't know, man. It's just think of it as loading. Okay. Let's see. So, let me go ahead and give a couple examples. We don't need all of these because I just copied this from my previous tile set on a different project. Okay, so here is our floor, and here is our floor, and here is our wall, and here's another set of walls. We'll ignore this for now. What this means is that start off by selecting tile sheet D, which is where we are. We've got C and D. This is for the X value, and it's 0 through 7. So basically it says all the tiles 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0 through 7. These are selected. And then the Y value of 0. So 0. It's not moving down. So all of these tiles, it sets the height to 1. So yeah, there's that. Now, we don't need to do this because they're floor tiles, so I'll go ahead and just get rid of these. Okay, so those are floor tiles. You really don't have to do much with them. Now for the wall tiles. So let's say we want this row to be having a height of 3. Okay. Oh wait, that wouldn't make sense though because a lot of these are like vents and stuff. I guess we could. Well, let's do an experiment. We'll set it to have a height of. We'll set these to have a height of 3 because they don't have. Well. Yeah, we'll do it once, and I'll show you a neat stacking effect that you can do based on the layer. I thought the VR was her avatar. And the art she did on a pad. Oh, no. Okay, so what you're looking at is just a PNG of a couch because I didn't have a PNG of a tablet. So that's just the back of a couch that I got from the VTube default accessory pictures. The pen you're seeing is actually an image of a pen that has been slightly rotated across like 8 different images. So I have a picture of a pen. I rotate it, I save it as a new image. I rotate it and I move it a little, I save it as a new image. And then I went into Streamlabs and I set the pen, I went into Streamlabs and I say, create slideshow, and then I throw in the 8 images of my pens, and then it just slowly fades between random pens. I'm not even drawing anything right now, like I don't have my tablet out or anything. And then the model itself is a free itch.io program called VitoTube Mini. You can download it yourself, and all you need is 4 images: an image of a person with a mouth closed, an image of a person with their mouth open, and then an image of the same person with their eyes closed, and then the picture of them with their eyes closed and their mouth open. So 4 images, blinking and mouth open. And when it detects my voice, it does this. I'm trying to back. Look, nobody noticed. It looks like a tablet, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Okay, and to the right is little me trapped in a jar. And when you donate, she drowns a little bit more. Okay, so here we are. We'll set this row to have a height of 3. I mean, well, no, you know, we'll start with a height of 1. Or we can change it. We can change it. Okay, so we wanted to select the entire row, fair enough. We don't need to do that here because it's blank or has a trash can on the end. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, so it ends here, which is good because there's a blank and a trash can there. We don't need those. So it selects this. Now we need 0, 1, 2. So the Y value is going to be a 2. 0 through 6 on the X-axis, 2 on the Y. And then it's going to be the same. 3 on the Y because I want this row now. And there we have it. So what we can do is we can just test it. We're going to go ahead and grab this layer. Or we're going to grab environment. We're going to grab this for a stamping thing. And we're just going to take this and we're going to do that. All right, let's see what happens. So as you can see, it didn't do zippity-doo-dah for the floor tiles, which is good because they're supposed to be flat, you know? But if you notice, it took the wall tiles and it went ahead and it made them 1 high. So hey, that's pretty cool, right? And you'll also notice that it repeats the texture. So if you had a texture of this, the top and the sides will have that same texture. Now, you may not want this. You may not want this at all. Like for example, say I was making a, say I was making a, like a sink, I guess, and I wanted the bottom to, or should I say that I wanted the side to look like this tiled thing, but I also want the top to have a sink, you know, tile on it, right? I would definitely want to assign a different top to it. And you can do that. You can define, you can basically, like, if I wanted it to have a side of this, but a top of this, you know what I mean? So if you're looking at it from the side, it has this, but on the top, it clearly has this tile. They do this. You can see that it can be done if you go to Big Island. See the houses and stuff? The roofs show, but if you actually go into it, the entire building isn't made of roof. The entire building is, it has selected these bricks on the side, but the top of the building uses entirely a roof tile. See this? But then it's got these as a side. Now, this is defined in the note tags. The question is it defined in here? Or is it defined in here? We're gonna find out. Because they do a really nice job labeling and stuff. Okay, roof tiles. Let's have ourselves a little look. So, roof tiles, this is commented out, it's just a title. It's tile D, or I'm sorry, sheet D. So whatever's about to happen, it's found on this sheet. X value 1, Y value 0. X file 1. Okay, that voice freaked me out when it came on. So X value of 1, Y of 0. Here it is. Here is the roof tile. Now, This sheet here, believe it or not, this doesn't mean much. I could take this tile sheet into GIMP and I could draw like pink polka dots on this roof sheet. It really wouldn't matter because you can change what the top is gonna look like, what the sides are gonna look like. You can change whatever you want by the following things. All this does is this designates the marker. I hope you're not late. Yeah, you're about an hour. You're about 2 hours late. But don't worry, I've just been talking about a bunch of weird stuff. I'm gonna skip the song. It's hard to talk when there's a bit of voice. There we go. Okay. So I'll give an example of this. We're gonna go ahead and steal this, and we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna steal this. Okay, so we're already on tile D. That's good. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna comment these out because I don't want anything interfering. This is gonna be on a completely clean thing. So the height thing, it's not happening. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna apply. I'm going back to our handy dandy test area. So let's make this happen. I want a tile block. Oop, wait. I want a tile block like this that has a grate on the side. And then the top of it, I want to have tile. I don't want grates on all of the cube. I just want them on the sides. And you can designate sides, by the way. You can designate east, north, west, and south sides. So you can only have like one side have one tile. This is all on a YouTube video. You can find it out. This is RPG Maker music. All right, there. I'll put it on repeat for like a minute. Looks like side A3, top B2. That would call the sprites from those two different. Is that how that works? Yes. In fact, you're exactly right. So let's go back to that other map because you're right. I may not have the same. So we'll go back to the big island. Okay. Here we go. So here we are, roof tiles. So this is the designated sprite sheet. When you have, I can't click because then it'll mess with the counter. There we go. When you have this and you use this on the map, when it detects that, it uses this. So it says, okay, the top of the cube is going to be this tile, specifically A3 with a x value of 2 and a y coordinate, or x coordinate of 2, y value of 0. So it's going to be tile sheet A3. Now remember, this is unusual in that it actually is segmented in different ways. So if you want to know what A3 is, it's A1, which is the water tiles, which is these guys right here. A2, which is the ground tiles, which is these guys right here. And then A3 starts at the building. See, it even says buildings, which is these guys. So remember how it says A3, X2, Y0? So let's find A3. We're here. Okay, A3. Let me just highlight this. So A3, X2, so 0, 1, 2, and then a Y of 0. There we go. We now have the defined top tile. So wherever you put this tile, it now has a top. It will always have this as the top of the cube. Okay, well, let's keep looking. The side is also defined. Now, whenever you put this down, the sides of the cube are going to be A3 to 0. So here we go. A3, 0, 1, 2, 0. You'd think it would move down one. Oh, wait, duh. Okay. The buildings are a special creature. If you use specifically the building tiles, the plugin guy has automatically coded it so that if you were to take the roof and put the roof across the map, it would automatically use the walls attached to the roof. So these are a bit, I shouldn't have used this as an example because it's kind of a misleading example. I'll show you what I mean about how the buildings are auto-coded right here. Okay, so say we have the player here. We're gonna go to environment. We're gonna go to layer 4. And see, layer 4 is where he puts a lot of like the bushes and the cracks and stuff in the crates. That's a cool thing to keep in mind. I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna put the roof here. I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna put the roof here. Now, what it's gonna do is it's not gonna create a cube of repeating roof patterns. It's actually gonna use the corresponding building body, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure I'm not. There we go. So see, there's a nice little shortcut if you decide to use things that are in the building. And again, buildings, I think, have a default design, a default setting of being 2 blocks high. So that's something to keep in mind. So I shouldn't have used that one as an example because it uses the building thing. So tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make our own as a better example. I think I already copied this. Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's go back to our test area. Sorry, I haven't been looking at chat. You can also write it as aside A3 top 2A since your sink and wall would be in the Oh, really? See, people already know shortcuts that I don't know. I hope to God I retain that information, but I don't think I will. Okay, so we have tile D. Say I want grates on the side and a tile on top. So we're gonna say, okay, I'm putting this tile on top. This is the tile I'm gonna slap down onto the map. It is 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 of an X value, 0, 1. So 3X, 1Y. 3X, 1Y. Okay. But when I slap it down, I want the someone with intelligence told me I don't need to do this, but I'm gonna do it just because I'm not that well versed and I don't want to create any weird issues because I'm not at the point where I can easily take shortcuts, unfortunately. So I want the top to be the same. I slap this tile down, the top of the tile better be this. The sides I want to be vents. So here we go. Now we are going to say what side for it to be. It's going to be on D, so we're going to put a D there. Now let's pick this vent. 0, because it's not moving, 0 for an X value. The Y value will be 0, 1, 2. So 0 and 2. And the height, we can define the height. If we only want it to be 0.5, so 1 is like 1 cube, and so 0.5 is going to be half of that. So this is going to be like half of a cube. All right, let's test it out. Wait, which one did I? Okay, it was this guy, I think. Well, he's the only one that should stand out. Oh, fucking idiot. All right, let me put, you got to actually put yourself on the map. Oh, I see what, oh God. All right, tell you what, give me 1 second here. I just realized there's blinding white. Let's see, I think this one will do it. No, wait, wrong. There we go. There we go. Oh wait, that makes it hard for... Never mind. Okay. So let's see if it worked. And there we have it. So as you see, we defined what we wanted the top of the tile to look like, and we defined what we wanted the sides of the tile to look like. So you can have that, you know what I mean? Okay, Charming, wait. I'm Charming. Hi, Charming. Sorry, I was really wrapped up in trying to make sure this was all right. You're getting nostalgia from hearing my voice? Really? I guess I've been going at it a long time. If you're a big fan of the channel, you might want to, I don't know what your time zone is like, but we're going to be playing the remastered version of Ib. I've got a little Ib costume, and I've got a nice thumbnail. So if you really want some nostalgia, we'll be playing Ib tomorrow. Takes me back to watching Lakeview Let's Plays. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so as you can see, it worked. Now, what if we only want the vent to be on one side? We don't want a vent on every single side of the cube. There's a way to define that. And I don't know what that is. I know it involves using like east, south, and west commands. Let me look that up real quick. I'll be up for it, sure. Yeah, it's not going to be at this time. It's going to be at like 4:30 p.m. Central Time. But there's always the VOD if you can't catch the live stream. I thought it would be today. The reason it wasn't today is because I had some errands to run, but also, unfortunately, I was just not happy with the thumbnail. I kept redoing it over and over again, and it was kind of rough. Okay. Let me see here. RPG Maker, MZ3D is the plugin. And a guy named Riku did a full course on it. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and pause the music real quick. And we'll head back over here. Okay, so he's got a giant playlist of stuff, and he basically teaches you how to install it, default settings, how to cut out tiles, making custom walls, assigning textures, which I think is the part we're on right now. Here we go. And he's really kind enough to give, oh, well, chat's in the way, but you see what I mean. So remember how we just defined the top value and we just defined the side value? So the sink can't be transparent and overlay on top of the bathroom tiles. So you have to export the sink with the tile as one of the sprite tiles. Well, you know what? There is a alpha definition. However, as of this point, it's so funny you mentioned that because on the Discord, people were talking about making a vending machine and wanting the glass part to be semi-transparent, and they were asking if one side is capable of having alpha compared to the other sides. So I don't know that. I'm still such a beginner. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Okay, so this guy talks about designating values and stuff. Let's see here. And so you can really test stuff out by like numbering tiles. Let me see.
Tile text window will override the height that is specific size.
Yeah, but what about east? Okay, here we go. So as you can see, he's doing what we're trying to do. He wanted the tile only on certain edges. Okay, so it's after height. So it's just like height, but it's after height. Okay, back to it. Wait, okay. No, I keep bringing up that other one. Okay. So it comes after height. So what is that, like comma space, I think? Okay, sorry, no voice. I'm concentrating too hard. Okay, comma space. And then what is it? Let's try west. I don't know which direction. Wait, west is left. Yeah. It's more for decal graffiti. This game needs good values. That way it can be a good product and productive member of society. All right, so let's say west. Okay, idea. Wait, what am I doing? I think I'm putting this on the wrong set of tiles here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so here's an idea. I'm gonna make the side like some other tile thing. Like this guy right here. No, this guy right here. So this is 8, I believe. And then 1. Okay. And then the west is gonna have the grate. Oh god, I should have copied the grate value. I'm gonna have to count again. Ah! Okay. Okay, 0, and then 0, 1, 2, wait, 0, 1, 2, okay, 0, 0, 1, 2. Wait, no, 0, 2. Okay, so that should do it, provided I didn't mess something up, which I tend to do. A cube has 6 surfaces. It does, doesn't it? But the top and the bottom are considered the side. Wait, did I do it? No, wait, something went wrong. What went wrong here? Something's off, and I don't know what. You know what? Also, let's change the height to 1 so we can see it better. Yeah, this almost gets into like coding territory. Okay, so why isn't the west values working? Actually, come to think of it, didn't I change the side values? So if anything shouldn't be working, there shouldn't be a grade on anything. Okay, side is 8, 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I forgot. I'm counting from 0. Okay, so wait. 0, 1, 2, wait. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's probably what was causing some issues. There we go. Okay. Helps if you actually give it the right command. Now, where is west? There should be a west. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I only wanted the grate on the west side. So the rest of the sides are the big tile, and on the west side is the grate. So this can be really helpful if you really want to customize your tiles. Ugh, not a big fan of this song. Play the rune cards. Cool, but not what I'm going for right now. Okay, so we did it, guys. What counts as the top or the bottom of a cube? It's all about perspective, true. But in this game, top is defined as this, and bottom is defined as this one. Now, if you want, there's also a float command. And so basically, if you notice, you can have like a fringe. I'm sorry, maybe it's not float. I think I'm thinking of fringe. So you may notice that, actually, yeah, let's go back here for a second. You may notice that if you have like a roof or something, it's kind of plain just to have a square. Like, what if you had a bit of it rising up a little bit, or like a trim or something? Because you can do that in this game, and they've got that right here. So pay attention to the right where the sides of the building meets the roof. See that? So notice how the roof doesn't just lay smack dab after the wall ends. I think that's called a fringe. We're gonna have a look at that. Oh wait, duh. Fringe, okay. So from what I understand, fringe is where you just want the tile to like rise up a little bit. I think I'm still not 1000% sure about some of these. But thankfully we do have a YouTube video if I start messing it up. I'm noticing a lot of flowers and shrooms use the fringe command. Okay, we'll tell you what, we'll put a pin in the fringe thing. Let's go back here. We'll go ahead and comment this out because we're not really into that right now. Okay, so say we have tiles that are one in height, right? Oh, I scrolled up on chat, I'm not seeing it at all. Just notice something. In most RPG Maker games, you can only go cardinal directions, but in this 3D sample, it looks like you can go diagonally. Actually, there have always been plugins, like outside plugins, of course, not sanctioned by the, developers, that have allowed diagonal movement. So that's been around for about a decade. It's just really impressive that this 3D application allows it. Okay. So as you can see, we have our 1 block tiles. Now, what if I want a wall that's more than 1 block high? Well, you could go in and say have a height of 3 or whatever, and it would, well, actually, yeah, you know what, let me show you that. Oh, wrong. Because some of them don't look so good. Let's get that sink set up and ready. Well, I don't have any sink tiles loaded in at the moment. That was just an example. So the grate ended up becoming the sink example. So here, see, this is a grate that's been stretched out 3 tiles high. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but maybe you don't want that happening to your grate, right? Or maybe you don't want that happening to your tiles because it makes your tiles look a bit silly, because tiles are typically square and rectangle is a hard look to pull off. You know what I mean? So you want, I mean, it looks fine for these like matte kind of walls. Wait, are 2 of these the same color? How did that happen? How did that happen? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing a color palette thing. Okay, well, whatever. I'll fix it some other time. Because I'm supposed to have 7. Can you tile the tiles as in repeats? Yes, I can, and there's a shortcut for that. So, say you want higher walls, but you don't want to stretch your tiles out. We go back to the layer. So, wait, what layer was this on? Okay. Actually, why am I even bothering? Okay, we're gonna go to layer 1, the very first bottom layer. Actually, scratch that, layer 2. We're gonna take this. You know what, actually, we're just gonna take the walls, because the walls are the only thing that's, happening. There we go. Now, we're gonna go to layer 3, and we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna go to layer 4, and we're gonna do this. Now, what do you think's gonna happen? And this is the main reason I chose RPG Maker MZ over MV, because you could not do this in MV because layers don't really exist the same way in MV. So look at that. But is it stretched? Let's find out. No, it is not. It stacks them on top of each other based on the layer. So as you can see, the floor layer is layer 1. Layer 1 is the one we're walking on. Base layer. Layer 2, we stuck this one on. Layer 3, we stuck this one on. Layer 4, we stuck this one on. So, you see, it's pretty cool. It just automatically assigns them based on the layer that they're on. So what you could do is this. There we go. So what I did was I replaced 2 of the grate blocks on different layers with the tile. So it's going to look like there's only 1 grate at a certain point in the wall. Some of them look good being stretched, but not tiles typically. See? Look at that. Now there's only 1 grate there because I replaced the grates on the other layers with regular tile blocks. So, if you have, you're in a bathroom or something and you have to like crawl through the vent, you can do that. And it did it automatically. I didn't have to code a single thing. Here's a little sad Tin Man. Small. And here's another thing you can do. Let's see. In fact, let's take that Tin Man. He's a little too small, isn't he? There should be like a barrel or something here. There we go, barrel, bucket, pot. So what this is saying is that on sheet B, X5, Y17, okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, there it is. That is a barrel. And apparent. Okay, that was a weird noise. And then there's also a bucket. Let me see, which I'm guessing is, okay, so this is 517. It's like 2. So 0, 1, 2. So it's probably this guy, like right here. Anyway, so we know what the barrel is, right? I guess it's selecting the barrel and the bucket and the pot, which is, okay, that makes sense. The pot and the bucket are next to each other. So rather than having like barrel, bucket, pot, it's got barrel, bucket, and pot. 0 through 2. So 0, 1, 2. So these guys. And then 18 is the Y value. It's 18 down. Okay, so these are the selected ones. It says these are the ones we're modifying. After that is the thing. So it says shape sprite. and I guess that's just where it makes it into like a standing thing. So if you don't want to make something an event, in fact, yeah, let's take that. Well, nah, I'm not gonna bother. If you don't want something to be an event, you can have your tiles be treated as sprites. You just have to set the sprite command next to it, shape sprite. And there's other shapes too, like cross, I think. Shrooms, okay. No. I'm looking for one that talks about, here we go. Shapes cross. So this is for the old dead trees, I think, that you find. But we're going to take it for ourselves and do a little mischief with it. Let's see. That's rather messy. Is it? Looks so. That actually looks so good. I think there's a lot of potential for the first. Exactly, especially if you go simple. That's why I chose a subway instead of a mansion. There's not a lot of weird shapes in there, you know what I mean? And if there are, then I can just, basic bitch it with the sprite settings. Maybe that's how the lamppost was made by No, the lamppost was made much cleaner. The way the lamppost was made was, it was entirely defined in here. He basically said, all you have to do. Oh, I'm sorry, the lamppost is defined in here. He said, all you have to do is take the top tile of the lamppost. All you have to do is slap this down, and it will create a 3-tile long lamppost. And the way he did that is right here. He says, okay, this is the top tile of the lamppost. Once you set that down, it's going to take a side of this, and it's going to be a height of 3. So this is I don't know this command. I think this is probably one of the newer ones. It's had some updates to the point where, well, I haven't caught up, but what it's saying is that using this, it's able to take this, and this, and just have it be on top of each other. That is the command that did it. This lamppost does not exist on any other layer. The only layer that this lamppost exists on is layer 4. That's it. So it's really nice. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, that's right. We're trying to make Mr. Tin Man big and tall. So, okay. Mr. Tin Man is on sheet B. And his value, oh my god. Okay. 0, 1, 2, the tall ones always mess me up. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So the Tin Man has a Y of 21 and an X of 0. Oh wait, I'm putting this in the wrong space. Okay. 0 and 21. Okay. Now we don't actually need any side things. Like, I guess if we wanted to have a different side, then we could. Wait a minute. I think I need to have that colon there. Okay. Okay, 1.5 shape cross. Let's see if this worked. Fuck. Okay, it didn't. Why didn't it? Is that because it... Oh, maybe that only applies to the tile. Okay, so tell you what. We're going to go to layer 4. We're going to go ahead and find the Tin Man. And put him here. Okay, let's see if that did it. Here we go. So, as you can see, remember how I said shape cross? The Tin Man now has... He's crossed. He has a flat image here, and then a second flat image here, and they are intersecting perpendicular as a cross. And then I also took his shape, and I made him, I took his height, and I made him 1.5. So, let's go ahead and make him 2. That might be pushing it. Oh, guess what else we can do? We also can mess with width values. Does width come before height? I think width comes before height. We shall see. How do you spell width again? I think that's it. Okay, let's try this again. crucified the Tin Man. Listen. See? Now he's not stretched out anymore. I mean, he's not stretched tall anymore. He's stretched wide the same amount that he stretched tall. So if you want bigger sprites, you can have that. Let's go ahead and push it a little bit further. We're going to go ahead and set his width and height to be 2, which is going to be taller than us now and wider than us. Tin Man deserved it. No, there he is. So we now have him taller than us and wider than us. And see, he has a cross thing. So unless you're, so even if you go diagonal, he looks okay. Because if you didn't have the cross shape, I would see him like this, and then I would come over here and he would be flat. He would disappear because he is a 2D image that is standing upright. But we have a choice. There are different shapes that we can go with. Let me see here. Thankfully, Riku was kind enough to help us out. You want to draw and quarter him too now?
Let's select the chest.
This is how people render stuff like symmetrical trees, yeah. So this guy ends up with a little display of all the different shapes you can have. So the difference between cross and X is that well, it's the difference between like a plus sign and like the plus on a keyboard and the X. The plus gets rotated so that it's diagonal. And there's also ones that you can choose so that they always face the camera. However, there's also a setting where it always faces the camera unless the camera rotates upwards. You know what I mean? Oh wait, no, wait, I wasn't done. So there's a bunch of different shape commands and stuff. Oh, see, like here, this guy shows a good facing the camera versus only facing the camera to a certain degree. See, so if you tilt the camera up, you probably, maybe you do want your treasure chest tilting up with the camera, or maybe you want your treasure chest to stay stationary, static. See, they both rotate, but they don't tip upward. Tin Man was recycled for our sins. My nosy ass looking at other tabs. Oh god, wait. No, it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, you can't even tell what any of them are. You can tell hurdy-gurdy, but that's it.
Rename the events to their corresponding. Duplicate. Also rename it.
Here we go. You can also pull up an event and type in the notes there. Like, that's a good one, actually. Shape flat. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, guys. I'm gonna create an event. And none of you can stop me. Alright, what's our event gonna look like? Okay, this. Sure. You know, this. Yeah, sure. And we're gonna... How's it shaped flat? I don't remember. You have to have, like, the greater than or less than sign. Let's go ahead and cheat real quick. This one's probably got a note tag. No note tag. This one's probably got a note tag. No note tag. This one. Okay. I just don't feel like typing in the rhetoric. Okay. So flat is the shape. Shape is the category. Let me see. I think there might have to be a space in there too. Let me make absolute sure. I don't know if there has to be, but I'll put one just because I'm paranoid. There we go. You know what? Just in case, we're gonna, for comparison, cross and the difference between cross and X cross. So, like I said, the difference between X cross and cross is the difference between X and this. See how X is rotated and the plus sign isn't? So we're gonna be able to see that in action. It's a little harder in first person. When I don't have a camera, I can just rotate. There we go. See the difference between these guys? This guy, it's hard to say, but this guy is currently in X. See? You can see the X really nice. Let me strafe. This guy is currently a cross, and you can kind of see that like this. See, now he's a cross. now he's a plus, so. And this guy's flat. He's flat. There's a couple other ones. Ones to make it always face the camera, I think. Yeah, so flat. You get what you... Okay, wall. That's an interesting one. And there's also fence. So wall versus fence. I wonder what the difference is. Because they both look exactly the same to me. I'm sure his voice is describing what the difference is right now, but hell if I know. Okay, so he does cross and X cross, which we've already done. There's also 8 cross. Oh, that's a cool one. So 8 cross is where, let me see. I'm gonna put this on just for a little bit because this is a good one. Here we go. So the way 8 cross, so the way we've been looking at it is that this is cross, right? And then this is, oh wait, no, wrong. And then this is like X cross, right? But 8 cross is both of them combined. So that and that. So if you really want it to be seen from all angles, that's what 8 cross is. So let's go ahead and have a look. I'm late, but I'm happy to see your world coming together. Yeah, the back room is in full swing. So you see, he's crossed a bunch of different times. And I think if you really want like a round object, that would probably do it a lot of justice. Like, let me see. What event can we have that's round? Round bricks? There's gotta be like an orb or something, right? There's gotta be like an orb. Like, there's always an orb. I should mention this is like a demo file, so they've cut out all the unnecessary images that aren't used. Oh, whatever. Good enough. Wow, RPG Maker has either changed a lot or I never knew the first thing about using it. No, we're using everything that we've showcased here is a plugin, a 3D plugin that Qt Virus made and is offering, so... Yeah, there we go. So if you really want something flat to look round, you can do that. Okay, and there's, again, ones that are always facing the camera. So there's, you know what, let's find that one real quick. Because that's a good one to know. I think he did it with the treasure chests.
This rotates to face the camera.
Okay, sprite. Sprite will always face the camera. How we doing, guys? We holding up okay? Flowers, brush, can be round. Oh yeah, okay. Let's do that real quick. Flowers and bush, that's right. Let's see how that looks. Meanwhile, we will make... I thought I could paste it over, but I guess not. Sprite. So this will always face you no matter where you are. And we're gonna make it... barrel, whatever. Alright, let's see. Try the 8 cross on the trash bin. Ooh, that might be good. Wow, yeah, that looks really good. 8 cross looks really nice for bushes and flowers too, I'm sure. So there's the barrel. Nice. Of course, the barrel looks awkward because this artwork was done assuming you'd have a slight bird's eye view on things. So the barrel would probably work good for like a trash can and stuff. But yeah, currently we have a flat trash can, and that makes me sad. So we're gonna go ahead and add this in. Maybe give it a bit more depth. Let's have a look. I'm doing great. It's like listening to a lecture, but I'm actually interested in what's being talked about. Yeah, if you've ever been interested in game development, yeah. So maybe not 100% perfect, but I will say it definitely benefits if it's a short, stubby creation there. But I was always planning to make a roof for my trash can, so it's no skin off my nose if this doesn't look that good. Maybe it would benefit from being a sprite. So let's see, maybe we'll try the sprite on it. Keep expecting doom sound effects? Yeah, maybe. Alright, I think that's how it was always, wasn't it? I don't know. Okay, so there we are. We've learned a little bit about objects and stuff. The only thing I can't teach you right now is how the lamppost works, because when I look at this, I still don't know what the pluses mean. And I think these are a new feature, because I don't think that Riku covers it in his playlist either. So I might have to go and bother the Discord and beg them to tell me what these mean. So we'll see. But yeah, that concludes the objects portion of this. Ow. Man, I'm sore. Okay. Now, this also has... hang on. This also has slopes. Ponder the orb. Plus could mean offset. Well, this actually does have an offset command, and that's what these crates use. So, they use rotation and offset, I think. See, rot is for rotation, and R at the end is for random, so it means 360 random, so it could be random, a 360 degree angle. Here we go, crate, X off. Here we go, so this is the offset. X off, and then it's got like a random value. So there's that. You can also set a ceiling, but I'm not going to do that right now. Definitely need to rewatch the stream to learn. But if you want to learn, go to Riku and just each video is 3 minutes long, and it tells you exactly what you need to know, and it covers the commands at the very beginning of the video. Like, I wish he had done like sprite, X cross, and stuff. But I think at the very end he does make a comprehensive list. So if you want to learn fog, if you want to learn skybox, if you want to learn model, offset, and position, he teaches you at the beginning. And then he kind of goes through the level and makes them. So I wouldn't rely on mine. I would rely on his for learning it. I think is it storming? Man, I'm hungry. They demonetized a few of her videos as well. Well, in all fairness, that's my fault. I played Lemaire from Suikoden 4, and I also played some Yoko Kanno music, so it was doomed. Doesn't matter. I make most of my money from donations anyway. Like, what if? So what? I didn't get like 30 cents from like 100 people going back and watching the VOD. Not too bad. Okay. What else are we gonna do, guys? What else are we? Oh, wrong one. What else are we gonna do? There's something I was like, okay, I need to make sure I cover this. Are those spheres an RPG Maker? Ah, that's another cool thing the plugin does. The plugin allows you to... Oh, I was going to do slopes. The plugin allows you to add models. Let me see. I think it's actually raining. Yeah, it allows you to use models. These sphere, like this, these are custom-defined spheres, I think.
So the model was offset by 1.
This is like an actual 3D object. It's not just like a trick.
Along the y-axis and by 1 again along the z-axis. Every unit will move the model
And in fact, there's like a basic model or stuff, and you can have lamps and stuff too. So hello, flashlight. So yeah, there's actual models and stuff. Great, it's like 5 p.m. and I'm sleepy myself. Watching my videos will push you to sleep. Height and platforms, gravity, shadows. So there's shapes. I think this is it. No wait, duh, that's the sprites. Okay, I just came inside from listening to Rain and Thunder in here. Yeah, I kind of want to pop my head out. I'm envisioning her sitting on the floor of her closet, filled with cloths that's just big enough to sit in. Too many creepy movies, I guess. What I have is, like, I had a closet that had, like, those sliding doors, and then I just removed the sliding doors, and then I put my chair, I parted, there's, a part of the closet I don't use that much. I parted the clothes, put the chair between the clothes, and then put the desk in front of the chair, so, yeah. Okay. Slopes. You might think, wow, slopes, that's actually going to be probably really hard to do. You know, and you might be right, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a little adventure using the stair. Or should I use these? We'll use these. We'll make them chunky, okay? So we're gonna go in. What layer are we on? We're on layer 2. Okay, then we're gonna go to region. And I don't remember how this works. I think this is it. But if you go to region and you mark them as this, you might be surprised by what happens. There we go. Okay. Now usually, okay, these aren't slopes, I'm sorry. These are just quick raising of the thing. How do I make them slopes again? I think I have to actually define that. But you see what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of cool things you can do. And once I get the slope command in, these will be looking maybe a little bit better. Let's see. Goddamn tall steps. I know, right? And as you can see, this raised it 3 high, this raised it 2 high, and this raised it 1 high. Alright, Riku, enlighten us. How do slopes work?
To create tiles that are inclined, use the slope.
Okay, slope 1. I think that's it. I think that's as difficult as it needs to be. Okay. Okay. What are these? We're gonna do them with these. Because these ways I get, well, We're gonna do it down here. Because I feel like it's going to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what happens if I define a tile with one value and then I mess with the same tile later on. Actually, you know what? We're gonna find out what happens when I fuck around and find out. Okay. What was it? Comma space.
Function for that.
Okay, comma space slope, and then okay, so slope is just the command. Much like every other command we've seen. Comma space. Slope parentheses. Slope 1. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's just sloped across one, like the diameter of like one cube or whatever. Okay, and which tile is this? 0, 1. Alright guys, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. There we go, we're on to something there. Alright, so I should probably... let me get rid of the tile sets here, or the region codes. I have a feeling it's just going to make a bunch of slopes one after the other that don't actually rise anywhere, but... Okay, I know what the problem was. It's because we defined the height as 1, isn't it? Wait, where did it go? Oh, here we go. So, let me get rid of this. Looks like a slope roof house. Yeah, you can do a lot of cool things with it. There we go. This is what I was thinking it would do. So it's just got a bunch. Now, I would take region 1 and put it here to bump it up 1. And I would take region 2 and put it here to bump this up 2. So let's do that. Region 1 here to bump it up 1. Region 1 here to bump it up, or 2 here to bump it up 2. Leave this alone because this is the entry of the slope. There we go. So you can kind of have stairs. And you can kind of go on them, and that's pretty neat, I think. You could also have them facing different directions, too. They don't look very much like stairs. I'm not 100% sure. Like, that's a very severe slope, isn't it? Maybe I can, like, make the slope, instead of 1, maybe that's just, like, too severe. So maybe it's, like, 0.5? See, and there's lots of... It's easy to learn, but, like, it's gonna take a little bit of time and effort to master. Literally witchcraft. Oh god, no, what have I done? What have I done? It worked, but, What did I do? What happened? I wonder if I'm using like a command that technically shouldn't be used and breaks it a little bit. Alright, Riku, you're gonna have to tell me what's going on.
The value indicates the height of the slope. Height of one is finding the parameter for that.
Okay, here we go. So you can have, next to the slope value, you can have north, south, east, and west. What if I set it all to south, face south? That's probably what happened. Comma, S, comma, S, comma, S. Alright guys, we're breaking the game more. Stairs designed by a masochist. Oh wait, maybe I should have done north. I guess they're facing south, that makes sense. I need them to face north. You guys having fun? This is... I don't know. There we go. So you can sort of make some stairs. Now, a main problem, I think, is that raising it up 1 is a little too high, and raising it up 2 is probably a little too high. So, I'd probably have to go in, like... That's another question. I have a region to raise it up 1, and I have a region to raise it up 2. How do I raise it up 1.5? Like, the only way I can do that is probably going in here. Wait, I've got it. Eureka moment? Maybe. So I was thinking, I'm closer this time. I am. But, the what? See, those look a little bit more like stairs, don't they? Okay, point 2. We're gonna do point 2. Maybe a little bit better? Maybe that's worse. Yeah, so... I have handy-dandy regions to bump these up 1 and bump them up 2, but what if I want to bump it up by 1 point... Yeah, because it doesn't matter that I made the stair height less, it's still too much of a bump from the region. So I'd probably have to... Hello, Naomi. I'd probably have to just... carefully go in and yeah, there's probably a good way to do it, but I don't know what it is. Oh, you can also set the direction by painting shadows next to it. And it will automatically use that as the back. Which is pretty cool. Like, there's all sorts of tricks and cheats and stuff. I guess it can auto-detect when it's next to a wall or something, so it'll automatically snap to being a slope on that wall. Now this is something. So it can be done.
To make the slope side texture fit better.
Okay, and you can also define the side texture of the slope, which is really nice. Okay. So, there's that. Alright, I'm getting pretty tired. What are you guys thinking so far? I wonder if any height might prevent you from climbing it. No. Well, I think there's a setting for that. Let me see this one more time. Yeah, I am prevented, even when it's with the height like that, so it's probably best that I don't... What's the word? Let me try this one more time. I feel like there's a solution, and I'm just not seeing it. Yeah, let me get rid of the height command. That really... It was interesting, but it didn't really help. Okay. Maybe the stairs can be a width of 1 instead of 3. Oh yeah, I'm the one that just smacked a bunch of 3 stairs in a row here. So that's definitely on me. Like I can erase. Oop, if I go here, I can erase. Wait, no. What? Oh, I'm on region. That's why. So yeah, I was just making them wide for the benefit of showing people. Let's go back to region. Let me try something. No. Okay. Try 0.1 and see if that's true. That's worth a try. See, so I can definitely get on it. Oh god, I'm gonna have to copy the freaking height command again. At least it's already got a 2 there. Also, I'm missing the storm. That's rough. I hate doing that, you know? It's like it never even happened. Okay, height 0.2. Oh, you said 0.1, not 0.2, duh. That's right, I already had it on 2, didn't I? How did Q make that tall slope? Here, oops. Let's see. Yeah, even 0.1 stops us. Stymied again. So the way he did that, was with the region tools, basically. Yeah, so he made the platform, he made a set of 4 stairs, and then he used the region markings to go 1, 2, 3, and then they were also 3. So that's basically what we did. Not you. Proper stairs would be impossible. Slopes is going to be the way to go. Yeah, you're right. I wanted, I guess, less gradual stairs. You know, but it's just not happening. Not unless I actually go in there and define height as 1 point. Wait, hang on. We may have something here. Here we go. Okay, so region ID 1 will have a height of 1. What if it didn't? What if it had a height of 0.5? Oh, this is gonna... I'm ruining everything. I should have backed up the freaking plugin before I did this. And what if this had a height of 1? And then this had a height of 0.5. I like how customizable this plugin is. How cool. How amazing. How wonderful. You want another background song? Yeah, we'll get you there. Ah, there we go, guys. There we go. Isn't that nice? I think that's pretty nice. Alright, we'll put you back on shuffle. So there we go. See, and I think this is a much better way to do stairs. You know what I mean? Like, they still don't look completely legit, but what are you gonna do? Alright. So there we go. We've got slopes, we've got walls, we've got defining east, west, and whatever certain walls. We've got some shapes down. We've got some sprites that aren't too bad. At least they match the dimensions of the world a little bit. Like, see, Naomi looks completely at home next to that trash can. We've got stairs. Okay, so I think this is just about it. We can start working on the layout, maybe in the next episode. I still wonder what went wrong here. Why did these 2 palettes end up the same? Another thing I need to do is I need to set the menu colors to match the palette, and I think I'll also find a font that kind of fits the GB. I keep wanting to say GBA, the GB fill. So, something to look into. Yeah. And if you're interested, this demo, aside from the room I just made, if you want to play this demo here, you can actually go to QTvirus on itch.io and download either the MV version of the demo or the MZ version of the demo, depending on what RPG maker you want to work with, and play the demo right now. And see, here, look, you can see they use the region tiles to make all those platforms and stuff. But yeah, it's free, and in fact, the plugin itself is free, but some of the features are pro. Like, there's going to be a certain chair, like here, you can do meshes. And I haven't learned a thing, like, it's completely baffled me. But there's a mesh test, where you can define long bookcases, thin bookcases, even chairs and tables and stuff. So let me go ahead and show you. But that's going to be a pro tool only. The only problem is, wow, that is a lot of thunder. The only problem is, there's no document freakentation on it. I have no idea how to make use of it. Like here. You know what, I'll take us in first. Do you think streaming this as a game dev project helps you through it / overcome? Yeah, I think it does. I think it does, especially for relearning it. Does it help you focus at all? Yeah, I think so. It keeps me pushing, you know, otherwise I'd spend, you know, a week on like 3 things and not be happy with them. So here, let me show you. These are pro features. Well, everything except maybe some of the small tables are pro features. So look at that, you've got custom defined chair meshes. And see, this is a 3D model, that crystal. And see, look at that, these little like sinks and stuff. And see, you've got crates that have had random size and random rotation and random offset applied to them. And you've got cupboards, and look at these big chairs. Look at the long tables, and look at the long bookshelves. I don't know what happened with this one, but yeah. And if you look, they're thin. See, they're not a full boxy 1x1 tile thing. And you can see the doll always faces the camera because she has no back sprite. And the orb, see, the orb has a simple cross, or maybe it's a plus or whatever. Let me see if I can go in first person. Is that not pretty cool? I think it's amazing to see you're still pushing. I keep stop starting my recent projects. That's how I've always been. I've never finished anything in my life. Okay, where are we? Here we go. Actually, I'll put her down here. That is a lot of thunder. Okay, we're gonna do this one last little showcase, and then I'm gonna go watch the storm and eat. And then we'll play IB tomorrow, I promise, 100%. And then after IB, for the night stream, I will use MissKittens' cursed real-life, real face reveal NEM. There we go. See, so you can have like nice little sinks. Like if you go into the bathroom, like a public bathroom, there, you can have like a counter and a sink and, you know, mirrors and stuff, and you can have like random crates. You can have like tables and stuff. You can have tables on top of tables. You can have cool little like orbs and stuff onto tables. You can have dolls on tables. So of course like the height and width might need to be adjusted because that doll is massive. You've got different tables, you've got different chairs. Like so subway benches is what I'm thinking. You've got 3D models and stuff. Like what this is I'm pretty sure this is a 3D model that has had a texture applied and stretched over it. And you've got bookshelves. You've got, yeah, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. This plugin is super cool. And these right here, again, pro features. You can't get these for free. You have to shell out 25 bucks. But whatever, I think it's worth it. At least for me anyway, because this is going to make doing subway benches really easy. Let's see, you're sticking with this. Yeah. You've stuck being with a YouTuber for years. Yeah, I've been pretty off and on, but yeah. I'd say YouTubing is the... So we couldn't open anything? Yeah, I think they probably do this theme in a different version for each game. So you're probably, yeah, so it's probably like the Final Fantasy Overture, you know? We need to Twitch to change its exclusivity policy. Well, they might be doing that while taking everyone's money, like half of the streamers' money at the same time. I still have to watch that Kittens stream. Yeah, well, if you watch it, you will know what the model will look like. So there you go. My prime goes to the great Kittens. Yep. What POV will your game be using? First person. Because first person horror games are primo. Oh, and let me show you something. So here's what I've been struggling with. the how they define the chairs, like this let me see. They are tiles. So let's go to layer 1. Nope. Layer 2. Nope. Layer 3. Okay, the tables are there. Layer 4. These chairs are literally just tile sets. So how do they define the chairs? Here we go. This is a chair right here. So this is the chair. So sheet B, 5 through 6 on the, so these two. So 5 through 6 on the X scale, and then the Y scale puts them at 13, I guess. Then it says mesh. And then look at all this. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do with that? Like, what does this even mean? And I can't find any documentation on it. This is an update. They just rolled this out last month. I can't find any documentation about it. The Riku videos have, like, not been made in, like, half a year. So I'm gonna keep with it for a little bit. Like, I get that this is probably, like, a height or something. But what does this mean? What does this mean? You know, I looked at the wiki. They do have like a wiki, but this is like, did they not update the wiki for the chairs, or am I just dumb? So I'm going to fight with it a little bit more, and then I'm going to go hat in hand to the Discord and be like, hey guys, so I know what this means. I know what this means, but this is a little bit new. Like, I understand like 27 pixels, but you know, so I'm going to see if I can beg. A simple chair would be bonkers work. Yeah, and that's all these are. These are simple chairs, you know? But they've done it. It's a complicated mesh. There's a lot to define here. Yeah, it must be X and Y values. And those what you saw make this. Or, well, let me get a different chair over here. And you can tell why, because it's got to define this. It's got to define this, and it's got to define the fact that, you know, it's this thin, you know, I get it. That's a lot of work, you know, but I just want to do subway benches, you know, maybe I'll just do like, yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah. So like I said, it's got some, you have to learn some stuff, but, I think we'll be okay. Copy and paste and see how that works. Yeah, exactly. Worst case, I just draw a bench over the chair sprite and then kind of just have it like that. Can I look at the chair on the sprite sheet? Here it is. On the sprite sheet, this is it. It is a double tall surprise. Let me see it one more time. Yeah, so the mesh functions are pro only, which, okay, fine. What does the QQ mean? And what is, I guess, C? I guess each line must be a different part of the mesh. Like maybe this defines like the back of the chair, and this defines like the seat of the chair, and this is the arm rest left, and this is the arm rest right. I mean, it must be because look, you can tell by like the minus here, I think. Like that usually means like you're moving backward, or like if you have something and it's like minus X, you're moving to the left, and if you have something and it's plus, you're moving to the right. So I that's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Problem is my tiny rodent brain can't comprehend it. Even the shelves are a bit better. Like, so, like the shelf, not the double shelf. The double shelf is below, but the regular shelf. Okay, sheet B, X value of this, Y value of this. And then, so, something to look into. I would start with shelves first. I think those are a bit more approachable. I think it does extrude. It's defining parts of a singular sprite. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just like putting, oh god, no, I'm gonna give you, no, Lemaire, no, go away. You got me struck last time. Oh god, I don't want the voices. Good one. You know what, we're gonna finish off with this song. Because it's not just sprite anymore, it's actually creating like a 3D mesh and then like putting textures on the mesh. That's why it's so hard. So, yeah. I think there was a plugin for custom UI in RPG Maker. Yeah, there's a bunch of plugins and I've been looking at them. I finally settled on a menu, I finally settled on a menu plugin. But yeah, this was just basically a baby's first steps in using, because I couldn't talk about anything else until I got the 3D world out of the... I'm still here. Until I got the 3D world out of the way. Because, like, I can't show you guys the menu I want to make or the layout I want to make until I show you the proper proportions of the characters and the first-person view. So, now that I've got that out of the way, we can start work on it. Because some of this is just figuring out how the world works. And now that we've got basic walls and basic floors and basic stairs and basic characters and character faces, defining objects in the world, we're gonna be okay. We can start mapping things out. Nightbot having a stroke. Yeah, it's baby first steps are box benches, my dude. Yeah, exactly. So if you really want basic bitch benches, then really all you have to do is pop this open. Let's see, bench, sure. Oh, no, bench. Okay, so 0, 1. Like if you want the bare minimum, you know what? Let's take a width and a height too. Okay, never mind. It's no longer bare minimum, but I can't help myself. So width is going to be 2. Height is going to be 5. And the tile... Oh god, no slope. Get away. There we go. And 0, 1. Okay. Let's try it. I've already defined those as the stairs, but I'm reusing it. I'm gonna try and reuse it. It comes after stairs, so maybe it'll override it. Like, ideally, we would just have these as half a block high. I broke it. I gave it 2 different commands and I broke it. Okay. I should have commented it out. Why didn't I just comment it out? Bye, Elron. You were gonna say, don't worry, I'm just screwing around. See, so something like this. Let me see. But what if I don't? Okay, actually. Double wide surprise. No. And again, so you just get in here and you start messing around with settings. Oh god, no, what have I done? Well, that's really cool though. I'm glad I know about that now. Like, I guess you could have like little, like, if you wanted, like if you're making a castle and stuff and you want those little, what do you call them, like trapezoids or capriccia whatevers? You know, somebody knows what I'm talking about, like the crowning. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of the width though, because that's not what I want to do. Not the dreaded cubes. There we go. So yeah, you could have a bench like this, you know what I mean? And then you could probably put... Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. I'm onto something here. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I'm gonna have to use a different one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I've got an idea. I've got a brilliant idea. I need to stop having ideas. I don't know if this is going to turn out, which sucks because I don't know if I should put work into it if it's not going to turn out. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0. Fuck, I put it on the wrong layer. Okay, hang on. Good enough. Okay. Now over here, I'm gonna take this guy. Okay, I didn't. Okay, I guess that doesn't look like a bench. Oh no. Well, you see what I mean. Like, if you're careful and you probably mess with the offset and you push these cubes to the back, you could. You get what I'm saying, right? Like, if you make a really tall and thin one... Let me see. Somebody's got to know what I'm trying to do here. How do I make it skinnier? That's the question. Looks like a club bench. Could work as a bench. Something like that, you know what I mean? The problem is I don't know how to get it skinnier on one side while not having it, like... Because the problem is, because they're cubes, if I make it skinnier, like see how this is very wide and this is less wide? If I make it less wide here, it also makes it less wide here, which means, you know what I mean? I can't have these cubes next to each other. It's one of those hostile architecture benches. Yeah, exactly. A brutalist toilet. Oh, man. Yeah, so I guess that's a battle for another day. How do I make things longer? That's my question. Like, not wider, but longer.
That's why it's always good.
I don't know if there's a command. I mean, it's supposed to be cubes, so I get it. I get it. Okay, well, I guess we're done for today, guys. Getting lost in the pixel sauce. Wish you knew anything about programming, unless my computer literacy is of no help today. Yeah, I'm completely computer illiterate too, especially with programming, but I've managed to get this far, and if I can, you guys can too. So there we go. Can you use the flat plane as the bench rest? Flat plane. Oh, like a, yeah. Hang on. Let me see. Okay, just pretend that this is like a wall. Well, no, hang on, I can do better. Okay. I'll have to kick... Okay, there we go. Alright guys, let's see. And I can always move the offset. Oh wait, did I not exit out of this earlier? I didn't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm glad I got up for the stream and I have 5 more hours of the day. Guys, we may be... Oh, okay, we may be onto something, sort of. I need to set them as wall, I think. But yeah, that's definitely it. Wall, I think, is the shape name. Man, it is really storming. What can change the nature of a man? RPG Pro. There you go. See, so we could, except that it fucking disappears. Well, actually, there might be fence. Maybe I could do like fence or something. I think fence is a command that lets you, let me see. Let me try fence. No, not fence. Let's see if there's a difference. That's not right. How do they do the fence posts? Alright, new plan. But yeah, by the way, did you notice that if you put an event on a block, it'll automatically be on the top block? So if you have a block here and no blocks here, and you put an event on both of them, the event will be sitting on the floor, but if there's a block here, the event will be on top of the event. It's very cool. Let me see. What layer are you on? There you are. Shoot, I'm not using the same. Okay, hang on. We're gonna have to change something. Uh-oh. That's not right. Okay, they're probably... Okay, let's try this again. I feel like I just ruined something. Let me see if they work. Oh, crap. See, this is why you need them on layer 2. Yeah, they're flattened. They must have their nature defined in the notepad. There's gotta be a fence in here somewhere. Okay. Oh, it's in here, duh. Alright, alright. Fence, 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 fence. What? I know I've seen fence. You guys have seen fences, haven't you? Alright. Let's see if he's got a thing on fences. It's probably under shapes, isn't it? These are good to know. Float, pass, and fringe.
Give it a sprite shape. This way the...
Okay, so we've got sprite, tree. Wait. No, tree wouldn't work. It rotates. I know there's like a fence command. Flat, wall, fence. Why didn't it work for me? It still doesn't have any bulk, though. Because I could swear that when you're on the island... yeah, here's a fence. That it doesn't disappear when you get next to it, you know? See? It doesn't disappear. It's got like a light cross on it. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, look at this. It doesn't disappear when you get next to it. Why not? Mine does. What are your secrets? There's gotta be something extra in here. Gotta be. Water, bridges, lamppost, test, rotate plants, crates, regions, ceilings. Well, it's not anything to do with the regions. That's because that might be a fence post. Oh, hang on. Well, I mean, it's all fences, actually. It auto posts, I think. Oh, wait, I'm not even on the map. Nope. Yeah. Something's not quite right. I'm missing some setting that must be in the note tags of this. Cliff, ground, water, roof, tree canopy, trees. So this guy's an A. He's an A2. So we're looking for A2s. A1, A2. I think these are just grounds. So it's going to be A2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A2 6s. Ah, there's nothing here. How? How did they do this? There's nothing. I don't understand it. Wait, hang on. terrain tag 2. Hello. Alright, terrain tag 2. Hey, Naomi. Oh no, wait, that's not... Oh no. I wonder if it forces itself underneath. Alright, maybe I messed up on the layering. That's all I can think. Okay, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. Wait, where was the fence? Okay, I think I did screw up. I think I did put it down. Shape, fence, false, no fence, post shape, fence, true if you want. Where are you finding this? Are you on the wiki? Okay, so it does work. So, and let's see the side. Okay, perfect. Because then when you look at the bench from the side, it doesn't disappear because it's a completely flat object. Okay, alright, we're on to something. We're on to something. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I'll have to look into this and make like a bench side thing, and then I can move the offset by a little bit or something like that. Question is, can I replicate that with an event? Oop, wait. I can't put A's into events, can I? Shoot. Okay, well, for now, good enough. Let's see, documentation page of the wiki. Okay, yeah, it is hard to read. Honestly, the way they have their documentation could be a little bit better in my opinion. But then again, yeah. Okay, I'm done. I think the storm is over, unfortunately. Wait. Shape, fence, false. Oh, wait. Art finger. Okay, arc finger. Arc phoenix, hang on. You've got something. Shape, fence, comma, true. I wonder if this works for note tags. Well, we're gonna find out. I guess not. What a shame. Oh well. Never-ending stream. Yeah. Programmers make the worst documentation, I swear. Yeah, it's because they know everything, and they're like, I'm not. Why should I write this down? I'm not gonna take 3 days to put it all down. I'm not an idiot. I get it. She's been live for a while. I am on hour 3, and we are finishing. Maybe it doesn't know what the fence post should be. Yeah, exactly. I think it's an issue with the eventing way of doing it. Wait. If a terrain tag 2 is all you need, then by that logic, I used crates, right? Alright, moment of truth, guys. Shoot. The only thing I can think of why that wouldn't work is because the fences are deceptive. And that's because it's not just this guy right here. If you look at what a fence is, it's this. So what it's probably doing is it's using this so that it doesn't disappear from the side or something. So, yeah, when you see a singular fence, this is what's programmed in it, but it's made as an auto tile, just like this, you know? So, that's probably what that is. Let me go change this so I don't break anything later down the line. Okay. Well, we tried. The NPC girl wandering around like a Minecraft villager. Yeah, 3-hour dem stream, unheard of. Yeah, I've been on a kick lately. I think the fence is made of 2 sprites. Yeah, and I think you're correct. I think the way they do it, like I said, is that they use this for like the flat part, and then if you go around and look at it from this angle, you see this. So I think that's what it is. I think it is like a cross shape of its own, you know. So you need a front and side bench rest, yeah. Don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm tired. I have to play Ib, and I'm hungry, and yeah, okay. Ow, ow. Okay, we're done. Ib for real tomorrow. I finished the thumbnail. I finished the whatchamacallit, I've finished the costume. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna play the remastered version. If you want another sneak peek at the thumbnail because you guys waited this long, I would give it to you, but I don't know where it is. Let me see. There we go. So there we go. That's gonna be set, and we're gonna have ourselves a real good time. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. I really appreciate it. Also, tomorrow I should have face reveal Nem for the game dev stream at the night, if provided I do it. I assume I will, but yeah. It was nice to cast the stream after a pretty messy day. Yeah, it's I guarantee you, if you've never used RPG Maker before, you've got a pretty good idea of how to do it. Well, how to use the 3D parts anyway. Get 'em, Ib. Yeah. She looks a little mean in that. I don't know if I should change that or not. Okay, well, I appreciate everybody coming by, and I will see you guys soon. Yeah, I'll see you guys at the usual stream time at 4:30 Central Time. Bye. Wait, I have an idea. What if, for the tile, I specifically specify the side? You know what I mean? Like, I specifically specify a side tile. All right, hang on. Hang on. So, like, I go in here, right? The same way that we have a side tile here. I take this, and I do this. I mean, theoretically it should work, right? I mean, it's practically the same thing, right? Okay. So we're gonna get rid of this commented out part. I don't know if anyone's left. It doesn't matter. Okay. God, why did it have to be so far down on the page? I'm gonna have to count all the way down here. That's rough. Side tile fake out. Ah. I'll tell you what, we're gonna compromise. We're gonna use this guy. Okay, 0, 1, 2. So 2 for X. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 and 10. I mean, why not, right? Why not? And for a side, I can have like a rope or something. Like, that's very skinny, you know? So, tell you what, for the side, it's also going to be on B. 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 0, 1, 2, 3 and 2. I was about to go, and then wait, I have an idea. Yeah. Okay, I don't know about the west. I feel like I'll comment that out. I don't care about the top either, yet. This is just a proof of concept more than anything. I guess I have to define... Ooh, look at that. Interesting. I like how you can't see it either. Okay. Wait, didn't I comment out the west thing? Why is it showing me a grate? Okay, so really... DO2. Alright. Alright. What? It was working a second ago, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Well, duh. West is only on one side. Yeah, no. Like, the thing is, like, even if I mess with the offset, it's just gonna push this part back too. You know? I just wish I could squash it, you know, like squash the cube from one side. Well, at least you know more. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for popping by. Thank you. Bye. Sorry. I thought I'd get it, but maybe not.